了，快去 BKB， 被默克大招连了一下，开启自己的撒旦，血没吸多少，
哎呦，
但是还是没死啊。
是的，
对方真的没什么输出。
乔乔也被打死了，
扔过来之后，人马接菜小白接羊，大出一手大招护下来。这个位置电魂我们看被默克连了之后，自己有吹风，老猫的这个小歪肯定要先死。军团过来想跟人马1换1，但人马开大招走了。看一下这波，双头质丢下来，双羊，电魂有危险，死了，军团也倒了，直接过来想打蚂蚁，大招配合羊刀，这里蚂蚁会被秒吗？军团鼓励手决斗，蚂蚁被秒，有买活，电魂BKB 往前直接冲
小白
脸的盘子是已经被触发过了，死在了自己的基地旁。用这波一丝血能走下来吗？
没死啊！
吸血回了一段，往前再跳，蚂蚁不是对手。
菲菲真的是战神！
哎呦，菲菲神！
人马第一时间是不想走，反而这边神灵剑是留到了卡卡的一个烂，卡卡先阵亡。
这一期这波没有大招战队没有那么强，但是emo这个小小再切入，还是把神灵剑士给秒了。
大牛被拍拍熊切，但是又是推棒。
人马一脚踩住2个之后，跟双刃剑输出拍拍熊再跟把大牛杀掉。但这个时候拍拍熊应该是所有的东西全部交过了。
是的，
冰眼幽鬼粘住动不了。
开着激怒的时候不敢拍人，那激怒一完，那只能自己等死了。
对，可能是最后一波团战，看一下一个非常好的先手，烂被秒了，插了高波眼，准确着烂位置，好像大牛也很危险，给自己手背光先拖延一下，
被反引，
大招过来再溜小，烂买回要赶战场要有一会儿。
这边
这里 BKB 也是交了，
哎呦 ，IDC 这边在后面脱节被买活的烂直接羊是秒杀了。那这样的话，失去一个没有买活的大哥 ，SC 的残局反已经没什么输出了。
马尔斯大招说的是一个人马，老奶喂个饼干帮他脱离盾墙，4分 BKB 大招来了，哎呦，直接一刀把人马劈死了。后面人马也是马上选择买活，但自己大招第一时间在 CD， 马尔斯这里举盾是在扛骷髅王输出，但自己 BKB CD 的话还是有点不太遭得住。萧瑟这里 BKB 结束之后也要跑，骷髅王再追，有没有下一锤？这里一锤上去，小松鼠这里往后面捆一下，捆到拉希克。死问回头再锤拉希克，但人马这种赶到了一脚跳踩到死问还是被带走。另外一边老奶喂饼干配合亚布顿粘住对方的一个酱油冰捆，小松鼠再帮忙捆一下，但是骷髅王跟过来一刀暴击还是把他劈死。骷髅王往前跳一锤开 BKB 一刀，把这个买活的小松鼠击杀。马尔斯 BKB 顶盾。也是开大，这个大招被迫交的，只能是一个防守大。但是这个时候冰魂被拉希克接连肯定没了，萧瑟这时候输出过来找对方的一个拉希克，但是亚布顿解了一手之后，拉希克开 BKB， 萧瑟输出也打不上，人马再给上一脚踩。马尔斯这 BKB 结束被老奶奶饼干一位，都倒了，老干爹打出GG。地过客卷到人马，我们看一下大鱼人这个位置过来 ，SA 2个人切入，在雾里面，这帕克被套子救了一下之后还是不行，剩下再踩上一脚，拍熊拍出自己的大招，回头拍人发现自己不行，完全不是对手吗？大鱼人是被拍残，但是拍熊大招已经结束，又是一脚踩。萧瑟这波双杀，往前之怪没大招被养，里面我们看肉山的归属，肉山把拍熊拍晕了，萧瑟拿到不是对手活，自己好像是要秒焦盾。看残局这死亡先知又被击过，没人能抬吗？饼干再喂一下，同样的位置，这波能不能走？激光无数，血量飞速再抬，大牛再给上一脚踩，老干爹这波要先拉扯一下。拍拍熊起身之后，第一时间有点打不到人，力丸又是过来配合大鱼人秒掉了后排的一个莱恩，在雾里面拍熊持续再被溜又被点灯，大鱼人4次把拍熊粘住，拍拍熊阵亡。这里先动亚巴顿，帕克配合烂切后排，先秒对方大牛吗？为了个饼干，大鞋加一口，大牛还是被秒。回头拍熊打对方的一个死亡先知，死亡先知开大招，他跑得非常快，也拉扯开了。大牛死了之后是能买活的，拍熊再开大招激怒往前打人，但实在是有点打不到。这拍熊疯狂被溜，这时候力丸上来了，拍熊血量很危险，但是买活的。回头又直接没了，没拍到人，第二波烂也倒。
要打吗？老干爹只能打。
CK 过来吃技能，给上一个4秒晕，回头开大招往回拉扯，但这种冰魂大被拍熊拍死。但是拍拍熊回头完全不是这个虚空对手，虚空往前跳找对方的一个冰魂打出被动，2下被动，人品真的好。
接不了了。
讲过来跳拱有 BKB， 所以说有这个自信，顶出来一个拍拍熊，拍熊开大。马尔斯一毛盯的是一个老奶奶，火猫杀这个老奶奶其实还挺费劲的，杀到这个时候还没死。反而是这里小将的1、3双核都倒了，虚空往前跳能出被动吗？直接选择照了一个大招。拉比克这波又是偷了虚空大，但是好像自己走进了虚空大里面，被撬出了被动 FI 这个位置，他放虚空大，虚空是没用的。为这个饼干猛犸在他的位置放出一个大招，也大到 上的一个火猫。火猫是14血，用魂走出去了，拍拍熊买活之后自己没大没用啊，还不了手，买活死，
没有任何输出啊，全部 GG。
请夜眼方禁用英雄，请夜眼方挑选英雄，请天辉方挑选英雄。
月牙海民。
请天辉方挑选夜眼。
马尔斯。
请天辉方禁用英雄。
主宰。
请夜眼方禁用英雄。
Hello, everybody, and welcome to CNDPC Lower Division. You know, you got Neff on the play-by-play today, and we got Kips carrying the cast. Magma versus LBZS. Name looking a little bit different on my screen, though. Kips, how are you? Ooh. It looks like I got a little snafu here on my end. We don't seem to be picking you up. I think this is probably an issue on my end. Let me look into that one real quick. Quite unfortunate. Take a look into that one real quick. Anyways, while we wait for me to get that one fixed, I'm going to have to switch that one back real quick. Hold on just a moment, everybody.
请夜眼方禁用英雄，请天辉方挑选英雄。请夜眼方挑选英雄。仙女龙 Park。还剩10秒。
All right, run it back, everybody. Hello, everyone, and welcome to CNDPC Season 2. This is Neff, and joining me today is Kips. Kips, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Hope you can hear me loud and clear this time around.
Yeah, they got you. Absolutely no problem. Fix that in no time at all. It seemed my sound decided to reinstall itself sometime between when I cast it last and today, but... you know, we got that one fixed before anybody missed any Dota 2, and now we get to talk about the draft. You get to break it down. They've been missing you. They didn't hear you for a little bit too long there, Kips. Explain to these people exactly how this game is going to go.
How this game is going to go? Well, I don't know that yet. I need a couple more picks for that before I give you the lowdown, and then you can all turn your games off because everybody already knows what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. No. I've been, I said previously that I really enjoy this Tusk pickup that's happening. I've been saying that this hero is underpicked. Here we get Katyu on one of his absolute signatures, and this player has been a joy to watch. And immediately followed up with a Juggernaut. Kills the Mars in lane from time to time. Deals pretty well with Phoenix Egg for melee hero. In all, like, just a pretty strong opening here. And then we get a puck from Team Magma. And of course, Grimstroke after that for LBZS. Looks like a pretty strong safe lane for them against that Mars Phoenix.
Zoom that one in, everybody, for everybody, and enhance. Puck, he feels a little bit weaker right now, but I feel like he fills that niche that's very important as a mid laner at the moment. You need someone who can catch and start fights. Like, you have great team fight with the Mars and the Phoenix, but you know, you need somebody who can get on top of him and start the fights. Otherwise, you drop like a very sloppy arena and egg. You maybe catch one hero. Puck is great at like forcing these things out.
Yep, I've seen a lot of especially solo phoenixes recently as like the only team fight hero being confronted with not a lot of lockdown on their own team, and then just sort of YOLOing an egg in.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Right. How do you feel about that one? Less so YOLOing in. Now you have a little bit more stun, a little bit more setup. It'll probably be Mars and the Mirana up in the top lane, or in the off lane, right? Those two seem to work pretty well together.
Yeah, most likely. I really love the spear arrow combination where you can use the spear to actually fish a hero out of the creep wave before you fly for that arrow. Makes for a lot stronger Mirana lane. Whereas normally, of course, you have to work around that, or you know, be happy that you got a creep.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when you play Mirana, you're not able to land those stuns at all. You just have to kind of move into the jungle and throw arrows at creeps, get yourself some XP and gold. But with Mars, that kill potential's there, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. We'll see what they plan on picking up here on LBZS. I gotta say, they've been performing pretty decent this series or this season. This season is pretty important. This is gonna decide who moves up, if I'm not mistaken. Some serious tiebreaker shenanigans could happen in the next couple of days here, or after today, rather.
Yep, and this is exactly the kind of hero that I was hoping they would pick up, because they really needed some team fight. And this is pretty good synergy with, for example, Grimstroke Inkswell. This is going to really power up that Tusk to the next level. Really enjoy the way that Darkseers have been rushing team fight item into Aghanim Scepter recently. The buff both from like a map play perspective, where a Darkseer is going to be pushing 2 waves instead of just 1 with an Ion Shell, as well as the fact that you get all of that extra HP on your heroes. I've seen some pretty devastating combinations with basically all melee lineups where I thought like this is never gonna work. And then Darkseer Ag shows up and I'm like, oh, I see.
Maybe it's not so bad after all. I'm hit and miss with this one. In some regions, I think it was a North American match I was watching, Darkseer just pick up Aghanim Scepter before anything else, and it felt a little bit underwhelming. I think sometimes you want a little bit of, you want like something more to contribute to the team fights, like a mech to heal everybody, or maybe a Blink Dagger to gap the distance.
Yeah, definitely not a fan of the Aghanim's rush. You should, I've seen Pipes before, I've seen Greaves before. A Hood into Blink before, which was a little bit risky.
Hood into Blink on Darkseer. Interesting.
Yeah, that was an EU match.
Doom picked up now. The EU match. You know, we don't talk about European Dota here. It's just, well, what, like 4th place in the major, China, 1st place teams.
Yeah.
Obviously, this region's still a little bit more developed. Alright, we got Doom picked up now. This one's fallen off a bit. I'm not crazy about it. I liked it at the start of the patch. I thought, alright, even more gold with Devour. This hero just bankrolls now. But without the extra HP regen, it's a little bit harder to sit inside the lane. You're not really countering out any heroes with the Devour. And you have free reign for whatever safe lane hero you want to pick against this Doom. If they don't plan on running it mid. We'll have to see, though.
Yeah, exactly. They have that flexibility here now, but no matter what, you're going to want somebody who's decent versus a melee matchup. I see that Snake Lady is still available.
Indeed, Snake Lady is still available. You'd be playing it into the Darkseer, though. That can get a little bit dangerous.
It does get a little bit iffy from time to time, but I've seen Medusa's picked into worse.
It's not like it's not as bad as like a Terror Blade or something like that, but they could make a dark portrait of the Medusa as well. That'd be a little bit terrifying.
That's true, actually. Yeah, I've seen the dark portrait countered twice now, and it takes so much effort, and it dissuades the Medusa as well from going any sort of modifiers, especially the Skadi, before she has the talent.
Yeah.
So we go Wraith King instead.
That one not great against Dark Portrait, but deals with the Doom a lot easier. Deals with the Omni Slash. You burn one of your ultimates, he just gets back up immediately after. So I do like the Wraith King solution to these big ults that they rely on.
Yeah, I think I like it more than the Snake Lady for sure, but the Dark Portrait probably even better versus the Wraith King than it is versus the Medusa. I've seen that thing chop up entire teams into salami.
All right. Now for a prediction of where this Doom, where this Darkseer is going to go. You think the Doom is just going to go into the mid lane?
Yeah, most likely so. That seems to be the best position here for him. The Darkseer should be doing pretty decently in his offlane.
All right,
I don't see any reason to rotate the two out, and the Doom is definitely a little bit more lane pressure.
All right. My second final question to you: which draft do you prefer here?
Which draft do I prefer? I have a little bit of an LBZS bias, not afraid to say that, but this time around I think Magma actually has a superior team fight.
Alright. I also like LBZS quite a bit. I underestimated Magma before, and they ended up coming out on top in one of the Perfect World League series, and it made me look like a real idiot after that. So after that, I don't really want to ever underestimate them again. So I'm going with Magma for this game.
Superior team fight? Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go indeed. All right. Now, team bundles just added to the game. People haven't had a chance to spam these ones yet. Not that many ones out of the Chinese region yet, though. I'm not sure if you've seen...
unfortunately.
I'm not sure if you've seen the North American tech, but everybody runs straight down the mid lane at the start, and each player drops one of their sprays just so the enemy team can see it. So already a meta around that one being developed.
I see. That's not really happened in any of the matches that I've seen.
Yeah, here in China they seem to take it a little bit more seriously. Rather than running down mid to spray, instead they get the D-ward. To each their own, I suppose. But...
Yeah, I've heard, I think, a bunch of poppy voice lines yesterday on the mainstream of the upper division, which was pretty funny to me. It's like, huh, I guess they're just looking for good voice lines no matter the language, huh?
Yeah, some of them have like gotten voice lines across like several languages. You see Quincy Cruz, they've got one in Spanish, one in English, another one in Chinese.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, covering all their bases there. That international crowd. So yeah, it is Doom in the mid lane, which does make sense. You don't really want to run Darkseer against a ranged hero mid, so Doom potentially get harassed out here given the fact it doesn't have regen anymore, but it's going to find farm regardless of what farm Puck's going to find. Creep wave does push in at the start, that is because Doom grabbed that range creep. In the bottom lane, Shylock already getting forced back underneath the tower, so gonna struggle the last hit down here. That's Scorched Earth. Yeah, he Scorched Earth there. Certainly he did. I can barely make that one out with the animation there. Barely see that on the ground, but interesting him forcing that at level 1. Is there any particular reason for that?
For the Scorched Earth level 1?
Or level 2 rather. You just end up dropping that there.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, sorry, I had some issues here. What I think is that he just wants to push the wave into the puck, which is where the puck is going to be most contested for farm, not last hitting versus Doom, but last hitting versus the tower as, oh, nice little pickup.
Yeah. Takes down the Mirana before, she has that many tools to escape, so feel under-leveled. Mara's working on his soul ring right now, but has zoned out Juggernaut for the moment. But yeah, no level 2, no leap, so able to just spin down that Mirana. The mid lane, pretty even for CS right now, but Puck really does benefit from these 2-minute, 4-minute changes. Being able to spam out his spells, forcing the wave here. Doom's going to struggle against that one. Able to get a lot of harass off on the tower. The top lane. Trying to make up for this death, getting a lot of clicks off here onto Xiao Fu, and contesting that CS.
Bully him back.
Yeah, bully him back. Make up for that lost gold. Forced by salves. Shylock not having an ideal time down here. Bottom lane, forced under his tower, and I think Irving contesting his CS pretty hard, but all out of mana. He's going to be forced to use these mangoes. He wants to pressure Shylock anymore.
Like that change to the water runes is actually, I think, the reason why the puck is still in the game. I've seen some puck versus TA matchups go almost even because of that. Just because the puck gets to actually spam out the waves with the amount of mana they get in, and they don't really need to lane versus the TA anymore, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, you're supposed to lose that matchup, dang it.
Yeah. Speaking of matchups you're gonna lose, Kaz drops the Fire Spirits, forces the Tusk back on him after he used that tag team. Feels pretty bad. You don't have a whole lot you're able to do over here in the bottom lane or in the mid lane, because you don't have kill potential on this puck prior to the Doom hitting level 6. And even then, it's pretty easy for Dust to avoid dying as long as he, holds out Winning Rift, holds that illusionary orb. Kaz might go down here. Ice Shards come out. Tag team dives away at the last second. Pops that salve. Nice escape. It's under his tower now. But yeah, I'm not surprised that you're struggling to find anything right now on the Tusk. You might be able to get some kills up here in the top lane, but speaking of top lane, goes on the Juggernaut. He does have spin available, so he stands his ground. No follow-up there, unfortunately. Just didn't have that angle with Mirana. You talked about this one at the start of the game. It potentially sets up a lot of these big kills. You spear them away, suddenly you're not in the creep wave. Suddenly you're stunned for like a total of 6 seconds.
I think it's pretty good, but doesn't get off there, unfortunately. Irving has already gone off to also bother the jungle here. I like how close he's playing with Kachu here. Both of them know that they have kill potential when whoever shows up.
Just the surge, stun for part of it. Nice Ice Shards. Blocks him off, and I think he'll be forced to suicide of the neutrals. He's got a couple more Fire Spirits here. Nice clap. That skeleton, 3 units beside him.
Oppa.
Yeah, skeleton coming in clutch there. So nice job recognizing there on the darks here. That was a clutch neutral suicide. No teleport for dying there though, unfortunately. Arrow comes out. They might come in onto Zhaofu here, but the dead wife comes out of the Mars. He's not throwing any spells.
Do you have to refer to it as that?
Absolutely. I don't have very much play-by-play skill, so I got to throw in the flavor here and there. There's the Doom coming out. We talked about this one. Snowball coming in. Kaz tries to buy him a little bit of time. Not going to be able to get auto attacks off. Raising his sword, but he just can't complete it. Puck's dropped him pretty low, though. He's forced back. He might just survive this one. Katyu gets that last auto attack off and managed to survive. Just barely. Last tick. Katyu goes down. Oh.
Yeah, Kachu was never going to back off there. That's really not his style.
Absolutely not. I am absolutely in love with this guy. Had no idea who he was until I started casting the Perfect World League. I think I did a couple of those ones with you.
Yeah.
The man just pops off, and he doesn't know when to quit, even when he should.
Oh yeah.
He's
and
like
the fun part is, I guess, that he also pops off when he's really not in a position to do so. He will just go.
Speaking of going, Puck gets on top of this Juggernaut here. No blade spin available. Keep him stunned up and silenced. And Dead Wife not really doing much there. Nice rotation there by Puck.
Big wins for Magma there. No death on your mid laner. And then as a follow-up, a nice kill on their safe lane. Gets a stack, gets a rune. Everything's coming up Dust.
You know it. Wish I could say the same here for LBZS. They're struggling to punish Puck for rotating out of the lane. Fortunately, they cleared the catapult out before they went anywhere. Well, a lot of the time, that's how you deal with these Puck rotations. But Doom, he doesn't clear through waves that fast, which makes him kind of underwhelming as a mid laner these last couple of patches. You want somebody who can either set up kills or can pressure the mid tower if the enemy mid laner leaves. And Doom doesn't really fill either of those roles.
He doesn't, and he also doesn't fill the role of Initiator, which is another problem that I see upcoming for LBZS here. Is they don't really have a lineup that goes in apart from Kachu, so they're really going to have to rely on him. And often in these lineups where it's just the Tusk, just the position 4 going in, you'll see as soon as the mid game hits, if he hasn't had a completely amazing game, it's just not going to work. Yeah. This is a pretty decent go though.
Yeah. Pulls him back in the wall. Shylock, he might just drop. In fact, he does. Ult not available. Took him down once already, and going to continue to pressure this tower with this DD rune. Makes sense to me. Army illusions behind him. little bit surprising to see a vac wall at 7 minutes in the game along with this rotation, but LBZS definitely need to put the pressure on here.
Yeah, exactly. This is them making up for that deficit they have. I just, alright, fine, the Darkseer is just gonna go for it. The Doom's just gonna walk on down here, and we're gonna pressure in any way that we can.
Yeah.
So at the very least, they recognize this weakness.
But Kyu, this man doesn't push towers. He farms kills. So teleports over the mid lane. He needs a little bit of XP. He'll soak up for a moment here. Get himself his level 6. You know, that's your another disable. Cancel TPs. Get on top of targets. Blow him up even easier. Irving pretty relentless down here in the bottom lane. Still working on this armlet here on Shylock, so he's looking to play a little bit faster. A lot of time you'll see, I think Wraith Kings still go Radiance if he can pick it up fairly fast, but his CS was getting contested by the Darkseer. Speaking of, he's tired of the Darkseer contesting his CS. There comes out Spear into the wall after the setup there with God's Rebuke, and he just drops. Kaz ends up getting the kill though. Not ideal.
Yeah, he couldn't help that though. TZY should have just attacked faster.
But that buys a bit of space now for Shylock, who's not having a good time. TZY now having a bad time. No wall available. Wishing a little bit of a questionable dive there, but immediately spins TPs out. Xiaofu, see if he could be as lucky. That is a very clutch TP location. I'm putting that in my notebook. They really have no vision from anywhere around that? That is insane.
Very nice. Yeah. Sometimes one tree is all you need.
Gotta remember that one. There's a couple of these map changes that, you know, it was getting pretty stale. You basically knew where everything was. Ooh, they know where Shylock is.
Shylock.
Yeah, there's the Doom. Reincarnation still on cooldown. He'll try to stand his ground for a moment, but getting slowed up here by this tag team and brought down. There is no salvation. Oh, they want to do the same to Juggernaut here, but he can stand his ground and eventually spin. There it is. Managed to buy enough time. As Omni Slash available as well, and it looks like they're going to turn this one around. Goes down here on the Mirana. Tries to go on this healing ward here on Dusk, but backs up. You don't want to overcommit onto that one. He does have Omni Slash available. Didn't have mana, but does have 2 stick charges. Nice turnaround there. It's a
dip. Damage on the top tower now, and this is something that Magma really needs to do in order to not be like one of the reasons that their Wraith King is dying on the bottom lane all the time is just because there's literally nowhere else for him to be right now. They gotta make some space, they gotta force some reactions over the top. They got one already, they've got the Tusk here. As long as they manage to do this, the Wraith King doesn't actually have to be in the danger zone. Of course, that said, he is in the danger zone because he's part of the push right now.
Nice, someone called Kenny Loggins. But takes this tower, or tries to take this tower up here. This is the safest spot for him once he does get this tier 1, given the fact that they're pretty heavily invading the enemy side jungle there on LBZS. So, grab that up with the assistance of the catapult, and I say that he should probably be playing safer, but he is going for this armlet build, so he's planning on playing pretty aggressive here. Which is bizarre. I guess I don't want to give him a chance to farm. Mirana forced a double leap away. Triple leap. Clear up that Phantom's Embrace. So, gonna have to play defensive for a little while here, or passive rather on the Mirana. No longer have that tool to get out of those overextensions. But I'm gonna have to take that back immediately. They smoke up. A bold move. They do have Arena available though. But they're gonna have to look for a kill other than Doom. That guy is way too tanky. 1600 HP Frost Armor. So what's the play right now for Magma? Do you think they're correct going for this aggressive smoke here, or?
I think so. Yeah, they still need to distract their enemies away from that Wraith King, who's really like he was having a pretty decent time in that lane, but with a couple of deaths, it just go look for something, stay off map, provide threat. Make sure at the very least LBZS is not invading that triangle. They've got Puck shooting there as well.
Do have vision there nearby the tier 1 tower in the top lane, so could potentially look for set something up here. Looks like that's where Jug wants to push next. I'm surprised that neither team has really made a commitment to push the mid lane yet. Just as I say that, though, end up going on the mid lane, drop on a Tusk, but gonna buy enough time to get that snowball. Ooh, oh right, Dream coiled up. There's something wrong with me tonight. Dream coiled up, of course he can't use that snowball, so ends up taking Cat you down.
To the best of us.
Yeah.
The wave's once again dead though. Like, parking a Grimstroke under the tower is just enough for LBZS to do that. We're going to have to dive in. Yep, there we go.
Here it comes out. That's pretty heavy commitment, but does allow you to push the tower that we were talking about. Doom. Nobody really in position to be able to defend this one. You need people here ahead of time shoving out this lane, so get a bunch of clicks off. Shards come out, Phoenix dives away, and Mirana not far behind. They get some decent harass off on the mid tower, though. It is super important that one team take this one first. Just give you so much access to the enemy side of the map. Ability to take Roshan. Alright, this is an interesting movement here. End up going for Shylock. But on top of him, Omni Slash comes out. They just commit for him super hard. He's got Reincarnation available, but he is going to go down for sure here. No getting out of that one. Ice Shards seal his first life. Shylock stands his ground and lifesteals back up enough that he doesn't go down, in fact. Alright, this guy's good. Work. Yeah?
Yeah. Let's not give two hoots and they pause. I was going to say LBZS need to pause for that, but man, did he just do that to us?
Yeah, he really just turned around and clicked us a couple times, toggled his armlet, huh? Oh. Oh? Sound cut out for a second there. But both teams staying their ground. They realize that this is warded up here. They get arrow baited out. Jumped on, silenced up by the puck. They finish him off. Jiaofu, he ends up going down. Mirana, they're not done chasing yet. Kyu doesn't want to commit that walrus punch onto the Mirana. Shylock still just done under the Doom. Wall comes out, but Kyu, he does end up going down. Supernova coming up on the backside here. Some audio issues at the same time. But, Egg doesn't end up connecting with anyone, but still, fight does go the way of Magma.
Nice bait out on the ward there. Of course, LBZS only really throw both of their supports at it, so it's not too big of a deal for them, but nonetheless, every little bit helps.
Ooh. I think sounds desynced here. We'll see if we can get that one fixed in just a moment. Might have to give this thing a restart. We'll see. BKB picked up here on the Doom. It's interesting that he just rushed that one, but it is pretty important in this game. Getting out of the puck, standing your ground, getting in and out of the arena. A lot of the damage coming out from them right now is magical. Up until this Wraith King is just massive. Phoenix as well. Bottom lane. Looking for a potential kill on a puck here. He's under the Moonlight Shadow, though. Throws the orb out. Just enough time, but a snowball already on top of him. No Blink Dagger available. It's going to be tricky to get out of this one. In fact, he just does end up going down. Can't get enough distance there with that Waning Rift, and only just got his Blink Dagger. Dust ends up going down.
This game is feeling very skirmishy right now, but that is because LBZS definitely does not want to be making these full team fight commitments, because they're definitely going to lose those.
Snowball comes out. Speaking of commitments, let's get out here on the Mirana. Gets the Walrus Punch off one of the Phoenix, but he manages to escape. Kaz! He's out!
Again!
Very clutch dive.
Too.
Yeah? The man just don't miss.
And that's mid tower now down for Magma, and I think we're going to see this a bunch more often, where every time that Magma really groups up and commits for a tower, LBZS is going to just sort of maybe try and fish for a pick off here and there, but I can't see them fully contesting yet. They're going to need some big time items. At the very least, they have the BKB over on the Doom. That's big time item number one. But I'm not sure we're going to see full on team fights until the Darkseer is proper itemed up as well.
What does proper itemed up look like on the Darkseer, in your opinion?
Pipe eggs?
Pipe eggs? Yeah. I mean, you know, BKB is so important here, obviously, being able to tank up your allies, barrier aura. Aghanim Scepter so people can actually stand their ground. It's a pretty heavy burst damage here initially, but if you can survive like the spear, arrow, you know, first initial crit from the Wraith King, being Darkseer helping a lot with that one, then I think you do come out on top in these fights. But right now it's pretty difficult. You need like a perfect initiation on LBZS, like catching someone by surprise to win this. And you can't just like throw the Doom out or throw the Omni Slash out onto the Wraith King. It's not like that kind of brain dead game that, you know, sometimes these heroes provide. Is it just gets back up again.
Very unfortunate. As we're looking for a pick off into Roche, I think, here from Magma.
Yeah, but LBZS, they got their number, and they group up themselves, but they use this opportunity to look for Roshan here. I think LBZS knows, alright, if they're near our jungle, it's potential picking that one up. Looks like the Ink's full on the Katyu, but not going to connect with anyone. Now that ability's on cooldown for any potential Roche fight. They're clearing through this one somewhat fast here. Roshan down to, what, 3/5?
It doesn't look like they have a medallion though, so yeah, that was always going to be a little bit opportunistic. I don't think there was any chance for Magma finishing that off until LBZS came knocking anyway.
Yeah.
But I imagine that they will hang around because they have the team fight advantage here with the Phoenix Egg, with the Coil, the Arena. So if they can bait LBZS into committing anything more here, they're splitting up now.
Yeah. As they probably should. Don't want the other team out farming them. No, tier 2 neutral items now found by both teams. Both of them ended up finding themselves a Vambrace. Wraith King or Doom probably pretty happy to have that. Doom actually going for the Shiva's Guard now. Goes onto the puck, but doesn't quite get that stomp off. Cast animation just a little bit too long. It's tricky. Dust, quick reaction times here on this puck. In the top lane, Shylock.
You got that wave pushed. Yeah, top lane's Shylock has been playing up really far this game.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, you feel really strong. You're a Wraith King. You'll get back up. It takes a little while for them to kill you at this point on LBZS. Unless they can get on top of you with Katyu and a couple other heroes, they do struggle to bring down the Wraith King that quickly. It's definitely a lack of burst damage at the moment. Up until Juggernaut ends up being like super farmed.
Yep. I mean, physical damage always scales deeper eventually, but that's eventually as we see a Doom actually come out onto the puck right now, but the first half already up.
Try to chase this guy down, but they can't slow him. You need the Shiva's Guard and the Doom to actually be able to get on top of these targets. Puck tries to stand his ground, ends up going down towards the end, but now they want to turn this one around on the Doom. Arena comes out, they're going to spear him to the wall. Nice save there, though, by Katyu. Wall comes out, they're going to back even them into it, maybe? Supernova, everyone just forced to back out, sitting here at the tail end of this coil. Need to stay outside the AoE here. They managed to get out. Spin out of that Dream Coil. Xiaofu stunned up. Forced to... They're just blocked off there. That Ice Shards, and Katyu gets his whole team out. Alright. Katyu is a god. Yeah. He made that entire play.
He has these days where he's just not on form, but this looked once again stunning. I can't believe actually that I didn't bring this up during the draft, but normally is one of the things that I say when you toss into a Mars. Oh, yeah, hold on, I thought they're actually going for the rush fight.
You can't move here on the Doom, he's just stuck in place. Roshan ends up getting the kill off onto him though. Shylock getting bursted down here. Hold his ground. Wishing forced to back off now. He's got a double damage rune. He has Omni Slash available. You're going to want to get back in. Reincarnate, first life is used here. Juggernaut, you're feeling confident right now. DD Omni Slash, but holding the ground, trying to buy a little bit of time. I think they're letting them knock Roche a little bit lower before they go in here. Katyu commits in, gets a stun off into TZY, who's now sitting very low. Ends up going down. Big crit here by Wishing. And now, forced to back off. Healing ward. Getting him back up, but it's only level 1. It's going to take a little while for him to get this heal off. Nice jump in there by Dust. Picking off that healing ward. Wishing he put a couple more points into it now. Arrow comes out. Doesn't connect with anybody, but now Doom's here. BKB off cooldown. Doesn't have Doom available, but Magma, I think you're going to have to back off here. No buyback on the Mars.
I'm not sure they have the damage.
Yeah. Dust.
Dust still fishing though.
Yeah, fishing for Wishing. Arrow comes out, ends up connecting with Roshan, only going to make this one easier. Throws a spin off. Puck tries to go in for the steal. Wishing ends up grabbing it though. Goes to the Dire. Dust, he's toast. Caillou managed to get out no HP. Mirana not as lucky. She's about to drop to the Doom. In fact, she does go down. Phantom's Embrace on the Phoenix. Does have the dive available. Managed to get himself out of there. I'm not sure they can get on top of this guy. But very successful fight there for LBZS.
Yeah, and they just sort of get all of the big ultimates out one by one. To the point that at the end there's an egg again, but nothing to do there for the Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the effort that they put in there to try and contest that, but I think you just cut your losses when you know you're fighting a 4v5 without your Mars. You just don't have the power to bring those heroes down anymore. No Dream Coil available either. It was very optimistic.
It was, but it's all down to the frustration of just getting outplayed by Kachu in that first fight. As I was going to say before the continuation, is the Tusk actually very good pickup in the Mars, because your pickup radius for the Snowball is pretty close to the inside circumference of the, or sorry, I should say radius of the arena. So you can usually pick in several people even, if you really wanted to. Pack them all up.
Take the boys. All for a trip. I mean, that's exactly what they did in that previous team fight here, but yeah, this is one of those days that you're talking about where he just ends up popping off. It's the Caillou game. He may be
It's exactly what we wanted.
third last on the net worth, but first in our hearts.
Yes. Has been all season. It's why it's so painful when he goes in and you know, like, oh no, this is one of those games where he will be going in, you know, 7 times and dying 8.
Yeah. He doesn't ever give up, though. He's like the Naruto of the DPC. Had to slip in an anime reference.
I mean, we're getting an animator, Neff. This is your wish. Everything you've ever wanted.
Dota anime and Animajor. You know, I get to make anime references when I'm casting. No one should have given me this much power.
Definitely not. Like, I just have to go with it right now.
Yeah. Go on,
Overlords have spoken.
2 leaps used. Has a 4 staff available as well. Pops an earn charge off into herself. Ends up walking away. Not going for Spirit Vessel. Instead, trying to finish up a mech. Does make sense, though. It's not really like you're preventing a whole lot of healing in this game. So earn will suffice. Doom farming up very slowly. Still not done that Shiva's Guard. I mean, we talked about the BKB, big pickup. He had a Blink Dagger not long after that, but hasn't managed to find that much farm in the last couple of minutes here.
To be fair, looks like Wishing certainly has, which is not a bad takeover.
Yeah.
Also trying to do the maths in my head. Darkseer, is that Aghanim's up?
I
think he should be close.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Don't ask me to do math, thank you. I'm gonna 100% fall back on you for this.
Does the red bar look long enough to you, Neff?
Ah, yes, yes, yes. How many freedom units is that one? Vacuum comes out, doesn't end up connecting with anybody. Doom? Last tick yet again. You just can't bring this guy down with the Doom. And oh! Alright. Shylock.
Lightning fingers.
Yeah. Caillou's quick. Shylock's quicker. Spear out on the tree, and TZY going to try to use this opportunity to walk away. So, Shiva's reveal, but can't. Alright. These things happen.
80 seconds. Why not?
80 seconds. Save zoning wall. No, that, you know, if nothing else, it intimidated them. This man's crazy. I can't predict what he's doing.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Yeah. They're probably going to want to hold off for a little while, though. Oh, nice snowball. Walrus punch and Caillou ends up finding another kill. Kaz, he's just down.
Yeah. And Kachu really didn't like you saying, hey, hold back a little bit.
Yeah. Man doesn't know how. Going for a BKB right now, in fact. Man is going right in there. You're dead for another 2 minutes. We have Aegis for another 22 seconds here, by the way, so not going to get an opportunity to make a very big play with this one. They'll get the tier 2 tower. I think that's all they'll get. They'll be forced to back up after this. Not strong enough to be able to push high ground just yet. And,
their wave situation looks very good. If they keep on playing up for a little bit more, the wards that Magma are having their jungle are also going to time out.
Tries to slow down this Doom here with that coil. Might be able to get out of this one. Yeah, going for the TP. There's no way you catch him. Not by yourself. Did not set up for that kill properly there. Nice try there by Doom. The Shiva's Guard does give him a lot more catch, though.
Very nice out of vision.
Yeah. A Psychic Headband now found by the Mirana. Puck's going to be happy to pick that one up. Probably got to be Puck.
And with that and the 4-staff on the Mirana, they now have some good ways to get out from any kinds of Tusk initiations with the shards. There's the Aghanims over on the dark side.
Red bar is far enough.
They're going to look. Yep.
And red bar on Puck is now empty. Just a little bit short of his Aghanim Scepter. Dust just can't get a break. Ends up dropping Doom on him every single time. Sitting pretty low here on the net worth. I mean, what's to be expected? Doom's going to be ahead of you. Tries to find someone here in the trees. I like it. Not wasting any time. They're ready to push high ground here. They have Pipe. They have Aghanim Scepter and the Darkseer. All available. BKB's ready. And Puck is down. Gonna get a lot of harass off onto this tower. Like, they don't have Fortify available. Puck's still down for another 20 seconds. At the very least, they get this tier 3 tower. They've got Arena and Supernova, but without a Puck to start this fight, I don't think they're gonna be able to stop them here. Going for this melee racks. Still, no Fortify. Throws the spear out, but yeah, not gonna be so lucky. That's a Blink Dagger freshly picked up on the Juggernaut. Ends up connecting with him on the way out. I don't think you can commit for this one though.
He's too far.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
Almost looks like a bait. Almost.
And the Doom is supposed to tank that one for his core, obviously.
Yeah. Get down! Jump in front of the arrow.
Smoke on the Puck Ags. This is a big deal, though.
If you can catch him out here, this is good, but you didn't commit anything on LBZS there. They still have all their abilities. They go forward on the Mars. Arena comes out. Spear does end up connecting with the Grimstroke. Get on top of him, finish him off there. Thanks to Shylock. Nice crit. But Arena committed. The enemies know where you are, and all he found was the Grimstroke.
Yeah, ideal situation for LBZS.
Yeah. Next best thing to getting out of there without anybody going down. At the very least, you have this information now. They're looking for a push here, but again, you didn't commit anything on LBZS. Beautiful coil coming out!
Coil.
Supernova ends up dropping. They try to go for it, but they can't focus it down. Doom, it snaps. It's a freshly revealed Aghanim Scepter there on the Puck. Not going anywhere. Ends up dropping here on the Doom. Does have buyback available on himself. Wraith King forced to get back here. Snowball coming out. They get on top of him. First life is down. Blocked off there by the Ice Shards, though. Phoenix burning people up with the Sunray, wishing he might just go down. The Omni Slash comes off into the creeps, though. Does manage to get the kill off the cat. Shylock very low here, and Caillou, he's a bloodhound. He does not give up. Irving getting the last hit onto that one. LBZS, they managed to hold. 2 buybacks expended there. Doom managed to hold his ground. I think overall decent fight there for LBZS, being able to hold the base there. Very aggressive play there by Magma. You succeed there, you manage to take a Rax, but you do lose quite a bit of ground.
I think it's a risk worth taking, especially because that Roshan is definitely not up yet. So you're not going to lose any base buildings for it. You're not going to really lose any other objectives for it. I think you're pretty happy being Magma with how that went, because you took the risk to that could have rewarded you with actually taking the first Rax. It was pretty close for a while there.
Yeah, I mean, you very desperately needed something after losing your bottom Rax there. I really did like the aggression, the attempt. Recognizing that was a moment when trying to seize it. Amazing Dream Coil there by Dust.
That ward drop, I saw that ward go down. I'm like, oh no, they're all together on LBZS. And I think that was only a 3-man call. It could have very easily been a 4-man.
Yeah, but set up for a very nice Supernova as well. Just could not get on top of that egg afterwards. Tried to come onto it, but Doom is a very slow boy. Low agility growth rate, low base attack time. Yeah. Hard for him to take that one by himself. Very heavy sword. But you're still sitting at the top of the net worth, almost 20,000, as you should be. You got Devour, a lot of bonus gold to work with. Both teams, I imagine they're going to start looking the way of the second Roshan. Aegis Cheese, Egging him Shard. Yeah. That one's big. I really do like the addition of that to the game.
It's a very clear objective for both. This is not a rush you can just let go anymore.
Yeah. I mean, second Roche. I mean, Roche with Aegis and Cheese is like good enough, but another 1400 net worth swing because of the Agnum Shard, and you can get it on heroes who wouldn't normally be able to find that sort of farm. It just becomes a massive swing in the state of the game. And looks like we want to capitalize that on LBZS here. Smoke up, do the wrap around the long way. They can get control of this triangle. It could be very big for them.
Patch you out in front. Oh, they spotted the ward going down. Well, jigs up.
They tried. I think they might go for a smoke of their own. Yeah, they ping this one out. It's a very bold move, but now if you get a good initiation here on a Magma, it's all you really need. Doom's got a Refresher Shard, Refresher Orb freshly completed here, though. I don't think they know about this.
Loving LBZS position here.
Yeah, Coil comes out. Walrus Punch on the back line. Try to take down Phoenix. In fact, they do end up getting Kaz. Doom comes out. Oh, ends up taking down that Mirana there. Goes down the first life here on the Wraith King. Shylock trying to stay in his ground. Omni Slash comes out partway onto Roshan, though. Wraith King dropping very low. Does end up dropping. Yeah, buyback available here on the Mars, but nothing else to command. Down on too many heroes. Refresher Orb, not even need to commit. In fact, he drops it now.
Now he does.
He's ready to take another fight.
They are down a Darkseer right now, though, and that could be a very big difference maker here.
Are missing that, but no ult available here on the Mars. No BKB, no Dream Coil. Do you have Supernova?
Is so powerful in the pit.
Yeah. I mean, you need a very good egg in order to win this fight. I'm not sure they realize that the Doom's going to come back in with a Refresher Orb here. They're setting up. They're smoked up. Caillou jumps right in. Goes on the Mirana. Ends up getting blown up. Thrown back, actually, with the spear. Ends up getting blown up on the Mirana. Wraith King down for the first life again. Supernova ends up coming out. Stuns off onto the Doom. Puck trying to stand his ground, but he's going to end up going down as well. Shylock ends up picking up the Aegis at the same time. 3 lives. Going to be a little bit too much to deal with, so they back up. Think better of that. Cheese is picked up on Wishing, though. Phoenix tries to egg out, but I think you might be able to get on top of him and Caillou. Shards comes out. Doesn't want to blink forward, though.
No, his backline was pretty stretched at that point.
Yeah.
And good decision from the Wraith King to just go for the Aegis. If you fight there, I think you just lose everybody.
Yeah. It was too hard to get on top of the Phoenix that time. If you can stop his Supernovas like Caillou did in the first fight, you do end up winning them. But they're going to go forward with the push regardless here. Mirana's still down for another 30 seconds. Maybe want to force out this Puck's buyback. Got some big ults available. Mars got his and 3 lives on the Wraith King. Keeping on to the Juggernaut. They blow him up pretty fast. Doesn't get off. Didn't he have Cheese? Zhao Fu ends up going down as well.
No.
Where's the Cheese? The Caillou! He just ends up dropping as well. That push went horribly for them. I have no idea. Where did the Cheese go? I could have sworn Juggernaut had it. That is...
I have no idea. They're...
He just ends up getting blown up there. Did he pop it? He drop it? I'm not sure where that one went. Maybe somebody used it before that team fight and I missed it.
Sell it for the Scotty?
Did he sell it for the Scotty?
There's a non-zero possibility.
That is the biggest brain, small brain play ever if he sold that for the Scotty. Cheese would have came in clutch there. But, looking for a kill here. They're not going to be expecting this when they do manage to grab the Mirana.
Like, I don't really support my own theory here, but it's an option.
All right, we need a playback on that one. It is entirely possible that he sold it for the 500 gold. But I don't want to point any fingers yet until we have conclusive evidence. All right.
Wait and see, folks.
I'm gonna have to hold on for now. Commits onto Shylock, but this man's got 3 lives. He don't really care. It goes down the first time.
Yeah, all he needs is to not go down inside the wall.
Yeah. But you're losing your tier 4 towers at the same time. Forced to fortify, actually, get those creeps off of them. They would have lost one of the T4s.
The Iron Shell doing work.
Yeah. Losing that Rax at the start of the game, coming back to haunt them already. But finally a little bit more control of the map thanks to some of those kills. Puck now going for a Lincoln Sphere, going to be that much harder to get on top of them with this Doom. Tier 4 items now dropping. Penta Edge Sword. Your opinion? I think it's a bad item.
Yeah, it's underwhelming to say the least. But you know, if you want something in that slot and you're not a spellcaster and you don't have, well, any of the other ones.
All right, we've got word from chat that it was in fact that she is used after the fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat.
I mean,
I'm a tiny little bit sad that he didn't.
that would have been a great moment. Makes sense that he did not, in fact, throw the game by doing that, though. Cloak picked up here on the Doom. Magic resistance. He's gonna be happy about that one. A lot of mag damage coming out from them. And Caillou, for some reason, has a... Is that a Moon Shard queued up?
I didn't see it. I was just looking at his enchanted quiver, because of course he's got that.
Yeah, of course. He needs to be... I mean, he's doing work with that thing. He ends up getting on top of the backline, bursting down his Marauder and his Phoenix. In the first
totally
half...
Moon Shard.
Yeah. I guess he's just supposed to be able to get this Phoenix egg.
Yeah,
Maybe
either
ruin
him
someone's
or
life.
somebody else.
Tries to ruin TZY's life. Walrus Punch ends up coming down. And Zhao Fu ends up dropping pretty quickly to Shylock here. Arena comes out. Doesn't end up holding anyone back, though. Trying to buy a little bit of time there on the backline of Caillou. Omni Slash comes out, but ends pretty quickly here. Now Refresher Orb popped again. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to catch anyone else. Just Kaz going down here. Actually, Doom gets on top of Wraith King. First life down. 2 more lives to go. Second one. Throw everything in the kitchen sink onto him. Third life. You're going to have to do something to get this guy back up. Spear comes out, buys a little bit of time. Ends up getting the blanket on Shylock. Miranda does drop, though, but you managed to get your Wraith King out of there, and Reincarnation going to be up in another couple of seconds here. Dust looking to cut the waves, buy as much time as he possibly can, but no Fortify available. I feel like this is a fool's errand here. Gets that Blink Dagger, though. The Courier. That's a big one. Couldn't save his racks, though.
Yeah, the Greaves are still alive with that Greaves, and now they're just gonna look for a last one.
Yeah, this last tier 3, no buybacks available. You have to try to do something. There's no way you're able to defend from Mega Creeps here, but Wishing, he just doesn't care. Level 25, he's got himself a leveler. He's tearing through these bases. Shylock, he jumps in, throws out the stun, but save is there. Caillou ends up getting it back. Wishing decides to hold his ground. First life is down. TZY gets blown up as well. Everyone on your side is down. 2 seconds on Marana, but not going to matter. Shylock, he's just going to go down again. He can't fight the entire team by himself as much as he's going to try. No buyback available down for 120 seconds, and you might as well call it here. In fact, it looks like they did. First game ends up going after LBZS.
Yeah, who were we to doubt our boys?
Who was I to doubt our boys? Who was I to doubt our boys, Kips? That match, it was back and forth for a while, but after a certain point, that Roche fight, actually, even after that Roche fight, I mean, you ran in on the Juggernaut, ended up suiciding him because you ended up popping your cheese earlier. It would have been very funny if he was using that for the Scotty, but a lot of back and forth that game. I think Doom became a little bit too much to deal with. The Wraith King, you know, he became the only one doing damage once you had the BKBs, the pipes to deal with, the Darkseer filling people back up. There was just too much. We're going to see some highlights of this last game. Snowball coming out. This is like the Caillou save game. I was a little bit surprised to see so many people rotate in like a vacuum wall in 7 minutes here. That one definitely took me by surprise.
You know, they have a bunch of melee heroes, they have an Ion Shield, they have a Surge. Why not? The first of... And I do think Dust goes down here eventually, doesn't he? Because they're reacting, and this is one of the things that I think was kind of questionable about disengagement. Magma are just still chasing after a Doom the entire time, instead of paying attention to the backline of Doom that's also just sort of stringing in there.
Yeah. You feel like at a certain point you need to cut your losses, but Magma, they never did. They were relentless, which, you know, some situations could have turned out very nicely for them, but, you know, here, trying to get in, grab that Aegis in that first Roche fight there, end up getting torn apart. That one was optimistic at best. Yeah, 3-man Dream Coil, Supernova comes out, no way for them to get on top of that, and quickly changed his mind here, but didn't realize this puck had the eggs there on the Doom. He ends up going down as well. Tried to walk out of that one. Yeah, torn apart there. Phoenix tries to allow Shylock to stand his ground, and he sort of does. A lot of this Omni Slash ends up missing, but, you know, doesn't really matter. Katyo, he's relentless. I liked what they tried to do here, though. I think they could have won the game off of that one if the fight had gone a little bit more their way.
Yeah, and I think that fight is in general the kind of fight that they wanted to have. They just always seem to be on the back foot. It might have been the positioning of the waves. It might have been just the threat of the Doom jumping out of them that made, for example, the Puck play way more carefully. But really, the fact that they only got one fight like that bit Magma pretty severely.
Here we are. This
I want to see that cheats.
Puck not able to do anything. As end up getting these supernovas off towards the end here. And this last team fight, there's just so little of their... oh, no. This one is... he ends up getting blown up here on the Juggernaut. Apologies.
Yeah. Didn't get to see the cheese.
Yeah.
He used it just off camera, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising for you to do that on Juggernaut. You do have Healing Ward, you got a cooldown reduction talent. It feels like it's up a lot of the time.
The fact that Katyu gets out here again is just... it's probably illegal.
Yeah, definitely. We need a referee on this one. Yeah. I mean, he got away with murder here for sure. When you have so many lives to work with, it's a little bit easier, but these dots, they weren't enough. Did the Ion Shell expire on all the heroes that were sitting beside him?
Yeah, probably. Over here. What's he gonna save? They really only need to kill the Mars.
But that's going to be it for game number 1, everybody. LBZS, impressive match. Magma, they've had these moments of brilliances, but just too much to deal with from Katyu. In my opinion, he's the MVP.
I'd say so as well, for that one team fight alone. But of course, we were questioning this Doom's ability to control the map, to control the match, to leverage all that farm that he naturally was going to get, and I think he did that very well nonetheless.
Ooh. Some issues here with the overlay. Gonna see if I can fix this one between the break. Might need to stream a restart. We'll have to see. But stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back in just a moment.
还剩10秒，还剩5秒。请夜眼方挑选英雄。请天辉方挑选英雄。
上古巨神。
Hello, everybody. We are back with game number 2 of LBZS against Magma. This time, you know, introing without any production snafus, I hope. Nice game number 1 by LBZS. Magma, they played aggressive. They had these moments of brilliance, but they ultimately ended up crumbling, to our opinion, Katyu, who is number 1 in our hearts. But looking to turn this one around and going back to something that they found a lot of success with in the Perfect World League a couple of months ago, the Elder Titan. Immediately responding with the Drow Ranger. Kips. You, of course, carry all the cast that we have together. You have in the past. What is your opinion here of the Elder Titan pickup? I feel like it's a little bit outdated, but...
It is, especially in a patch where Tiny is this prevalent. I've seen this pickup, like, way later in the draft as well. It's just like, oh yeah, I guess we could also use a Tiny, but right now, with how popular Tiny has been, you can run this guy either 1 or 2. You're always going to end up being super tanky, and none of that armor is base armor. Which is very, very rough for an Elder Titan to play against. So that's one core that he doesn't really do a whole lot against already.
Yeah, you'd say that looks like they're going to get rocked this game on Magma?
They might just get rumbled.
Thank you for tolerating me and my humor. But another blast from the past. They pick up a Death Prophet. Still remains to be fairly popular, but was a little bit more so when this Elder Titan was in full swing back November, December. So I guess just sticking with some things that they have, you know, drilled into their mind, pretty hard practiced. They're going to struggle to get through this Tiny, but you do okay in the Death Prophet. As long as you can survive that initial burst, Tiny is forced to play pretty close to you. You're able to get that Soul Siphon off in the mid lane. Sometimes you're able to run him down. You can find pushes in towers if he, you know, looks for kills on the map. If, of course, he's playing mid, which a lot of times he's going to be. So I do like the Death Prophet for a couple of reasons, but does struggle with that Elder Titan for reasons that you mentioned. That guy, 0 base armor, it's all added. The other side here, pick up ban out Centaur, they ban out Faceless Void, they ban out Darkseid Razor. The Razor ban is a little bit surprising. That kind of telegraphs something that they might want to pick up. When I see Razor banned out, I think Juggernaut, I think Lifestealer, I think Troll Warlord. So what do you think Magma has in the cards here?
Possibility of a Lashrak actually as well. I've seen Razor picked up as a counter pick for that.
Really?
And in general, in the upper division right now, Razor is actually very popular just as a pick on its own. Eventually, with the refresher, you get double BKB, double ultimate, and Razor empowers whoever you've got dealing the physical damage so much, as well as just being an anti-carry in general. So I do think it's partially just a meta ban. I think we're shifting towards Razor, baby.
Oh, interesting. The Razor meta. I'm a big fan of Storm Surge. It's a very cool ability. I'm not sure what it does yet because I've fallen asleep every time I've tried to read it.
Yeah, it's probably nothing important.
Yeah. You see the flavor text for that one? Approaching the Lightning Revenant is rewarded with shock therapy or something like that. Not even relevant to what it does anymore. We've come a long way.
You know, still in beta.
Yeah, still in a beta. But, Lena, that's a hero that hasn't changed over the years. Still good old Dragon Slave, Lightstrike Array, Fiery Soul, Laguna Blade. No.
There's a ton of magic burst damage on LBZS right now, and they seem to be very convinced that they want to be playing this pick-off game into Magma, who have once again immediately secured their teamfight with these first picks. Answering on the burst front now. Of course, doesn't feel too great. It depends, right? If you have the superior vision and you burst somebody down before the Oracle can actually do something about it, it's great. Otherwise, it can feel like you just blew your entire, like, all of your shots on a guy that's not gonna die anyway, and then what?
Sand King now picked up. So continuing to go for that pick off that burst damage and playing into the Burrow Strike Epicenter. That's a great setup for the Tiny, great setup for the Lina. They have a lot to be worried about here on Magma. BKB is going to be very important in this game. Aeon Discs are going to be important in this game.
Oh yeah.
Not my favorite item, but I think you go for a Spirit Hero here, potentially Ember, Void Spirit. You accept it. Maybe Puck. Puck is also decent. Get an Aeon Disc and try to play evasive setup kills. It is going to be actually, yeah, I do like Puck or Void Spirit here. Jumping on the backline, getting on top of Oracle is very important, especially with those silences. So I imagine that's what they'll take here on Magma. You don't want to wait for LBZS to ban those heroes out. The chance to pick up a decent safe laner after that. Unless you can think of something else, but I think Puck Void Spirit fits this too well.
It does, yeah. And the unfortunate thing with Alina Sand King is that you don't really want to pick up heals as a defensive item here. So, because you're just going to be setting yourself up, right? And that makes for a pretty good Sand King game so far. Well, I was talking about it in the previous game. Didn't want to do it again, but once again, I see the TB banned out. It's, yeah, you can go Snake Lady here.
Guess they were worried about that one coming out from, yeah, I guess they were thinking about picking up Medusa themselves. I don't know why they banned out the Terrorblade. Made that a little bit too easy, but does explain why it took them so long to decide what they were going to pick here. Excuse me. Puck and, they don't ban out Puck. I don't think they'll ban out Void Spirit either, so Magma potentially looking for a very strong draft. They get rid of the Phantom Lancer. I think you want to get rid of another super hard carry. Do you take out Anti-Mage here? Or is that not something you're worried about?
I'm never worried about Anti-Mage because these teams ban PL Anti-Mage every single time. I think the Fusel Blade Ursa is a worrisome one.
Yeah.
In this game versus the ET Lion, yeah, thank you, Magma. Finally, somebody does it.
Bans out the Ursa?
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like that hero is just like way too good.
I've said it like 5 times right now. They ban the Anti-Mage every single time. And then, of course, after that, the team that actually has to picks a Slark or something like that, and the Ursa just sort of sits there. Like, what are you doing? You're gonna lose, and then they do lose because Snake Lady's strong. Yeah, it's been a whole thing in the Pinnacle Cup for me.
Yeah. I've not caught any of that yet. I'm stuck in my North American and Chinese time zones here. Trapped in these 2 regions. I've also been catching a little bit of South American Dota, but no time for
that. I wish I had time to follow, but really I need to be in bed.
Yeah, you can fit in maybe 2 or 3 regions. There's too much Dota going on. Dota happens 24/7 now. Thanks to the DPC.
I want to be very clear. I am not complaining.
There's always more games to watch. But sometimes I just want to play Dota, and these matches happen. I need to figure out who won, who lost, the highlights of the game.
Do we just pretend this one isn't there?
The most recent hero? What hero?
Yeah,
looks like they just skipped a pick here on Magma.
Still, screen's still purple.
I like it.
I suppose it's our job to talk about it, isn't it? I mean,
is that an invisible joke, or that was a bad pick joke?
Both.
I see. Well, break this one down for us. I'm not a fan myself.
No, like, the only time I've seen Ricky work recently was in that Darkseer draft that I was talking about in the previous game, where they had a ton of melee heroes. They had an Ursa as well, Ricky mid. And the Ricky could actually fight his way towards a Diffusal Blade because he had a Darkseer, he had an Ion Shell, he also had a Nyx Assassin with him. And that's the thing with Ricky, is that you're going to need to either take up a ton of farming space before you get active again, or really, really risk it for the biscuit and just, yeah, you know, you are invis, you have a couple of jumps, figure it out, construct a Diffusal Blade out of that.
Yeah. Now, I've got a biased opinion here, which we may only briefly have time to get into because Spectre's just been picked up. But I had a recent game. I was playing Ricky. I saw, great backline to jump, but I just could not farm. My team was making space for me. It wasn't really an option for me to go and fight. I just couldn't farm, though. And off of that, it felt like we lost the game. It was mostly my fault. I'll admit it. I was a very underwhelming position 1 carry, but it's just not the same as it threw me off too much from what Ricky used to be with the Battle Fury, the double backstab on a target and tricks of the trade, the 25 where your cooldown is reduced so much, and the extra second you used to get from the Agent 7. Don't get me wrong, it was very broken, but right now it feels too underwhelming, too reliant on trying to just snowball off of kills. You need to have a good laning stage, you need to snowball off of kills. There's no real recovery, there's no farming on that hero anymore. Because of that, I don't really like it.
Yeah, pretty much the same as what I think. And
I'm
you're
not
not
crazy.
going to have any space to recover because that's a Duce you're playing for. It's not like, you've got yourself a safe lane Mars or something like that. No, you're going to have to be the one that plays up because the triangle is hers, baby.
That's Medusa's farm, and you'd farm it slowly anyways. So we'll see. I think a lot of this is going to come down to the Ricky, his performance this game. If he can snowball off of kills, and if he can contribute anything into the late game after it becomes the Medusa game.
Yeah, the one argument that sticks, of course, is that there is a backline to jump here that really, really suffers from getting silenced.
It's not the hero that I was expecting. You have a Death Prophet that can silence people. You have a Ricky. Your line can jump the backline, but I really want to see the cool cowboy Void Spirit puck plays. You know how us North Americans are. All of us want to be the protagonist. We want to see people blow up buildings and stuff. Action movies.
Action movies, yeah. Well, there is this rare Ricky game once in a while where Ricky is the action star. But I'm not sure if we live in that world right now, or if we live in reality and he's just going to fall flat on his face. One of the things that I also was looking for out from this mid pick was something that could provide enough damage to punish the Sand King for going in, because that's where we've seen Sand Kings fall off, right? Katu knows the ward. Yeah,
scouts that one out. No, they're gonna try like hell to defend that. I'm not sure if they can have any opportunity to go in on that. I think, do they have Sentry on anybody right now?
I haven't seen it.
Managed to secure 3. Oh, sorry, it's a 2-for-2 trade. Nice sneaking around there on the back line there on Wishing. Managed to take himself a little bit more gold for his team. All right, I'm curious I was going to say, I'm curious your take on the mid lane and saving up gold versus buying all your starting items.
I'm a gold saver. My boyfriend is a buy all the items guy. We bicker about it.
I see. It's like the toilet paper debate, right? It tears people apart.
Don't get me started on that. But I think both have their merits. Definitely, if you have a good way to guaranteed get last hits, you don't necessarily, so like Alina, for example, you don't necessarily have to get into the trade business. But yeah, it is the slightly riskier option just because it can actually backfire on you.
Yeah. Usually you want to have that bottle by the 2-minute mark. Refill, spam out your spells. Speaking of the spam, on the lion here, he takes a couple of right clicks. But
this is an offline Ricky, by the by.
Yeah, I'm not crazy on this one. I've also lost games recently with people doing that. I recently recalibrated. Kaz takes a little bit of harass. Nothing to be too concerned about. Oracle's dropping a little bit low in the bottom lane at the same time. But recently recalibrated, went 1-5, so I'm very angry at various things right now. And worried about finishing my recalibration. We're down like 1,000 MMR, and Kaz might be dropping down here as well. Got you. Toss him up. Does end up going down.
Shallock's too slow to capitalize.
In the air for quite a while. Xiao Fu dropping low as well. A couple more auto attacks. Nice disarm, but Unfortunately, he can just drop that Tricks of the Trade as he's getting the auto attacks off. Gets the last hit there on the Lion. Then he's going to have to do the slow walk back to base, I imagine. Might just suicide on the neutrals. What are you going to do, buddy?
Yeah, and let's do switch-ups in the draft here, by the way, because it's also a Kachu Tiny. And I love Kachu. I love him on heroes like the Tiny. But, well...
Kachu?
He was thinking about it.
Well,
but support Tiny has not been doing good recently.
Yeah. I feel like that was not doing good by matter of choice there. Didn't end up killing you for that curry. That's just one hit, isn't it? Tiny's a big boy.
Be, yeah.
Guess he's worried about taking a bunch of harass from the creeps. You don't have much armor to work with, so...
Yeah.
In fact, you don't have any armor to work with. 0 armor hero. And chase him all the way over to the mid lane here. Looks like they're going to fight for this bounty rune. Unfortunate for Lina. She's not going to be able to bottle that one up. Toss him into the Ancients and grabs the rune. And off the mark there, tries to commit onto the mid lane. As if Hex Impale, but Impale off the mark. Kayu not done yet. Commits onto Kaz. There's a Burrow Strike. Sandstorm dropping him pretty low. Tries out the Astral Spit. Gets some extra movement speed to walk away. They beat him down. There's another toss coming out, interrupting that salve. Irving, he's just going to wait till he's got another Burrow Strike available, but eventually he gets back. Doesn't want to deal with that movement speed. Another Titan walks away.
Kaz too fast. And with that Spirit, he also forced him to step out of the way. Otherwise, they might have body blocked him. And both of them gotta get stumped. You don't know what keys he has.
Relentless here on Lion. Just cat you the beat down. Doesn't want to give him a chance to set up anything. Can't move through the jungle here either. Looks for something, anything, kill off onto this Lina, who's sitting pretty low. Has raindrops to work with, but no bounty rune, no water runes. This is a story of the world's saddest Lina. I imagine that Cat you will TP to the mid lane though, refill his bottle. Lina's not having a good time. There we are. Oh.
Gets bottled up before receiving the full bottle as well. Love it how that works.
Let's Trigger Ray comes out, but doesn't connect, so Dusty's going to be just fine. Now looking to wrap around on Cat you. Bold for sure, and he's not going to be able to. Is that Observer Ward scouting him out? In fact, they ping. Oh no, he's looking to do Ward that. They saw at the start of the game, realized that one was still there. Never should have doubted him. Rookie mistake. Much like Oracle's rookie mistake. Too far forward, and looks like he's just going to drop probably. Sitting pretty low now. Still has a Blink Strike, tricks the trade. Uses that one to finish him off. The kill going their way. And
doing good on that bottom lane.
Yeah, not done yet. They want to go on Kaz as well. Holds him to Sandstorm with that toss avalanche. Stomp. Not quick enough. I end up going down. Medusa. She's been, able to farm pretty uncontested, but not had such a good time here on the Elder Titan.
Yeah, both safe lane support's really struggling right now. And Yan Yan refreshing his board. Actually, it might have been a Radiant before, wasn't it?
A Radiant what?
Oh no,
ward?
He is on a Radiant board. No, so he is refreshing his own ward, I think. So I'm pretty sure that there was a ward over on the side of that lane.
Yeah, Cat, you cleared out the one on the high ground on the other side, but you mean Radiant ward on his side?
I'm pretty sure there was a ward flanking there. I just don't remember seeing the color, that's the problem. Anyway, it's a moot point.
Now there are no wards there. Invis rune. These supports are doing such a good job of securing the runes, but that one was also just a 50-50 flip. Lena's not having a good time here and gets gone. TZY getting gone on as well. Finishing him off is going to be difficult. Kayu comes out on the side though to get a toss avalanche combination, and now gonna look for this Lina. Impale ends up connecting this time and commit the Exorcism just to be safe, and will end up dropping too. Finished off with that Echo Stomp and Exorcism onto the tower. You'd have to get back here pretty quick in order to defend this one. You don't want to give up the tower this early, but no one else is able to hold. You need to throw out these Dragon Slaves, so quick 1-2. Did manage to find that kill off onto TZY in the bottom lane. TP's in and ends up getting extended up immediately.
It doesn't have any mana either. He has Soul Ring though.
And no HP.
At the very least, this tower is held. One of the reasons that it is held is because the catapult was already dead. It died in the wave. So, not a big push there from Magma, but still, half damage on the tower, getting a kill on the enemy mid laner. Usually about what you can ask for with your first exorcism anyway.
Yeah. And now they'll move back to the jungle, pick up their neutral items. The 7 minutes just hit. Find themselves an ironwood tree. Find themselves a trusty shovel. Wait, is it trusty? It's trusty shovel, right?
It is, yeah.
Not spade. I think I'm losing it tonight.
It's a shovel.
Excellent. Isn't a spade also a shovel?
A spade is like, I think technically there are terms for different kinds of shovel.
Like an axe versus a hatchet.
Like yes, exactly.
Thank you. TZY finds himself a courier. They find 2 couriers. Can he get the blink strike out? Alright, does manage to escape, so gets away with a double courier homicide. They commit on dust.
Bandit. Yeah, that'll make your offlane Ricky worth it for now. I mean, you don't really have anyone to build your teamfight items in this game, but if you snowball off of this lane as well as the other 2, well, the Death Prophet can tank up a bit. That's fine. She can stand in the front line of these fights because she's also done herself.
TZY might not be able to stand there. Takes a lot of damage save there. The Lion Impale buys him enough time to get out. And Ern isn't going to finish him off. Got 15 stick charges anyways to work with. But the Shylock problem hasn't really been addressed yet. This is Medusa sitting at the top of the net worth at only 8 minutes into the game.
I mean, it's partially by LBZS choice though, because if they wanted a hero that could scale, or sorry, that didn't scale as well into it, but that could take it on tempo, then they should have really picked something else than a Spectre.
Yeah. Spectre feels a little bit underwhelming in the current patch. It feels like that backline isn't as popular. You have more run-at-you heroes right now. So, you know, you're not getting that Desolate off. Haunt feels not as useful as it was. You get on top of Lion, but I think, you know, it being a lot cheaper to build Aeon Disc, it being much more popular of an item also makes Spectre a little bit weaker.
Yep.
Nice Possessed Mask on Lena. I'd be happy to have that one on Spectre. Makes farming on any agility carry a lot. It feels much nicer.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of just have to let Shylock do his thing here, huh?
Yeah, they don't really have the punching power yet. I mean, this Sand King is going to go into overdrive as soon as he has his Blink Dagger, and that's very close now. But up until that point, yeah, he's just got to play it safe, and they're also playing it safe on bottom here. Wishing and Jiaofu hiding, perhaps quivering in fear.
Yeah.
At the very least, they got their couriers back.
Oof. Just can't get a rune. And they commit the exit. Amita's going to go down here on Jiaofu. Nothing you can do to defend it. Haven't already set up around this tower. They can pop the fortify, buy a little bit of time. Maybe look to push a lane of their own, but this bottom tower will go down here to the exorcism. Got you. Trying to find a kill off on a Shylock. Irving farms up the top lane. Catapult going to make things faster for him, slower for trying to clear out the wave. Creeps might get aggroed onto it. In fact, they do. Feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, it feels bad in general that you picked a Sand King who wasn't going to win his lane. I feel like that's also something that the Ricky pick sort of distracted me from, because I don't quite enjoy the Spectre pick in this game, but also the Dusa pick is just that much stronger because you're up against the Sand King. And he needs to dominate his lane versus a melee hero. That's really not what happened here. It's a little bit of a slow Blink Dagger. He's already lost the tower.
Caillou's almost halfway to his own, in fact. 2 kills under his belt. He's the protagonist of this best of 3 series, in my mind.
I have been picking up that habit of yours when watching replays, Nakora. Who's the protagonist?
Thank you. There's always a protagonist in every Dota game.
Yeah.
Someone's player perspective.
In some games, though, you don't want to be the protagonist.
Wishing he didn't have so much attention right now on the Spectre.
Oh, that dagger wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Couldn't step down to the low ground.
Yeah. Ends up going down for it. First finger stack. Finish off there by the Mystic Snake. A lot of burst damage coming out.
And they didn't have a ward on that smoke, so they just took a peep up to the high ground, but they didn't actually. Oh no.
You know what? Doesn't even matter.
What? Oh, whatever.
Yeah, who
Didn't
cares? Exactly. Nice. Does manage to get the haste and it's second rune. Did end up getting the die off on one just before Lena picked it up earlier. But that burrow strike, it never happened. You guys don't even have to worry about it.
Nope.
And they're hunting.
Bring the sentry now. I was really expecting them to have a ward with them for the smoke into this this triangle before, but I'm deciding that they don't want the vision there just yet. No. Just wanted to get that D-ward.
Which is fine, you know, you plan something that's, you know, pretty likely going to get D-warded, given the fact they saw you walk up there. Now is Blink Dagger done on the sand? Well, he had it done before, then he missed the burrow strike. That one was already cleared from my mind. Cat, you're still working on
Followed your
this.
advice a little bit too well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm supposed to remember these things, but it truly didn't happen. On his, just working on farming up. I don't know what the Sand King's next item is. You think he builds Arcane Boots Mechanism or Yule Scepter or what this game?
I personally like BKB. Like, I think a big problem for these Sand Kings is just living after they go in once.
Yeah. And
As long as you get to go in and out of these fights, like a Force Staff is another option. You are a natural Force Staff builder, and this is a Ricky game. It would provide you with a lot of survivability as well, but I'm concerned because the window is very, very short that you have as a Sand King to go in and live. So he better make that first Staff worthwhile if he gets it.
The window does feel a lot smaller if you don't have a BKB and playing against all these silences. Dust do end up connecting that burrow strike. In fact, they're going to commit the epicenter for this one. Not taking any chances here on Dust, but almost managed to survive that one, popping that Hood of Defiance. Soul Siphon off into several heroes. Nice catch.
Yep. Finally, they kind of pick up that LBZS needs. Redemption for the Sand King.
Yeah. I'm looking for redemption kill of their own here on Magma. Tries to find that Lena there, but unfortunately doesn't have a Blink Dagger yet. They really need this in order to start fights. Otherwise, you don't have that gap close initiation. Because who else?
Yeah, Magma's honestly lucky here that they won the lane so hard, because this is exactly what I'm talking about with a Ricky. Like, this Ricky is doing nothing yet. And he won't be doing nothing won't be doing anything, excuse me, for at least 1.5 minutes more.
Yeah, until this Diffusal Blade's done. As much as he wants to, he pings this Lena, looks longingly, thinks, if only I had a Diffusal Blade, this would be so much net worth. Instead, he has to farm creeps. Not very quickly either. I wish he had a Yule Scepter to step onto this Ricky as well. And I don't have vision of him TPing out. Nice backing off before he used that one.
I think the Yule Scepter is a bit of a debate. Like, the way that Lena is played right now, I've seen people put the Yule Scepter in the build and then struggle to actually get to the BKB. Like, either you go the Yules in the BKB or the BATs in the BKB, but not all three. You're going to have the BKB too late.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's what Leo style does a lot, right? And what he did in the last patch before Lena got a couple of buffs recently is you just go BKB very quickly on Lena, and you think, all right, great, I'll jump Lena on the back line. Well, you know, not so easy anymore. This man with first item BKB, he does all the damage and he survives, but still no jump to get on top of Lena.
She's going to be very close to that BKB by the time the Ricky gets his Diffusal Blade.
By the time Lion gets Blink.
Tiny's gonna have it first, I think.
That's rough. Still probably happy about this if you're the Lena. Not as much to worry about. You're going to have to get an Aeon disc eventually, I feel, because this Lion's #1 job is going to be getting on top. You trying to disable kill you before you get that BKB off. And this solves some of those problems. Manta style. Getting close to be completed here on the Spectre. Didn't go Blade Mail this game, which is interesting. I don't know how you feel about that one.
Could have been a decent pickup, but I guess he reads the tempo of the game as slower. Kachu has the blink. He went in. Excellent toss back.
Very quick kill.
Yan Man. Kachu knows he's here.
Yeah, he is just God. Nice attempt at Impale, but got you. He's on you. And Zhao Fu gonna finish you off. It's just that he. Oh, come on. Okay, he wants to head back to base anyways. Wishing TP's down to the bottom lane. Medusa, Aghanim Scepter now complete. Oh. Potentially looking to take these fights here. Lion still doesn't have his Blink Dagger complete himself, though. Pause comes out. See what this one's all about, but give us a chance to talk about the state of the game. Magma's still struggling to find these setups for these kills, Skips. I really think this Blink Dagger is important for the Lion. If they could just get on... If they could have, you know, sat aside, made a little bit of space for Lion for him to get a couple of last hits, I think it would have been worth it.
Yeah, so which of the 3 cores needs to step aside?
I mean, that's the problem with the Ricky off lane, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It just echoes throughout the entire draft, and I'm not gonna say that it's cost them the game just yet, but it's definitely made it a lot harder. You will give LBZS a window now. That if you have any other hero, I mean, maybe any other hero wouldn't have won that bot lane so hard, but yeah, you haven't had anyone to play up with, so everybody on LBZS has got a bunch of farm as well, and especially the experience difference is now completely nullified. SNY Ags on that Medusa, she is so hard to bring down. And yeah, in my opinion, LBZS shouldn't even try. Work around her, kill the other heroes. Unfortunately with the Riki, don't really want to focus him either.
It's starting to look like a no-win situation. Throws out that Earth Spike. Stomp comes off. It could set something up. Hex afterwards, but can't get it off. Cat, you jumped on the back line. Does manage to get the BKB off. Honk comes out. Managed to clean up the Lion, but he's coming off. Shylock trying to get on top of... Oh, the pause comes out afterwards. He DC'd on the Oracle.
Oh, no.
That's why that didn't come out. I was wondering where the Oracle was. It just gets blown up. And nothing that he's able to do.
Unfortunate.
All right. Shylock, I think he's going to be able to get this kill. He's got the movement speed bonus for another moment here. He'll get maybe one more right click off. I think they'll chase this Lina to the ends of the earth, though. Actually, no. It's like a fraction of a second. She might get away.
She might. I think Kachu, he doesn't have a blink. He 2 seconds for the toss, 4 for the avalanche, and it's the avalanche he needs. There is a possibility that the Sand King can jump over.
Sand King is kind of far back.
He is, but I think he saw he has the blink available. I just don't know if he has the burrow strike. And especially if the Lina chases, moves up farther towards the Dire side, I think he could have the reach, but it's very close.
Yeah. Shylock's about to lose all of his movement speed. If he can keep the vision, he might be able to get the snake off. That'll kill. It's going to be hard,
this
though.
This little tree juke is very important. If the Lina gets up to the high ground before the snake comes out.
Yeah. It'll be close. This will be close. All right. Let's see this one. Shylock, can you keep vision? All right. They're not ready after all. They really need to clutch this one out. Discussing this, talking it over another second. If Lina goes down here, I think you just lose control of the map. Which you've somehow managed to maintain the last little while. Aghanim Scepter, Mystic Snake. On cooldown for another, probably 1.5 seconds now. So we'll have a little bit to work with here. I do think that thinking we'll be able to get in. All right, we're good to go.
All right, I'll just be a contrarian. Lina lives.
Okay. And another pause. All right, why are they doing this to me? Why are they doing this to me? I
think Magma thinks the same.
Only I could read.
Joke that is. Yeah, if only we could read.
A bold move, hiring the first illiterate caster.
First pair of illiterate analysts.
Yeah. What was it that you were saying?
No, I read an article recently about how, as a Westerner, why it is so hard to learn Chinese, and specifically also Chinese writing is apparently extremely hard. Even at some point, formal Chinese writing for the Chinese themselves.
All right, we're finally getting to go. It better not be another pause. Irving ends up getting silenced up on the backline. TZY finally contributing a little bit to the fight. Ends up laying that killer onto Irving. But I think that's going to be the last casualty of this team fight, unless Katyu goes back in. I mean, they have exorcism up beside the pit. Katyu, he knows what you're up to. This man does not miss. TZY doing a lot of damage with his backstab. How much longer we got with this exorcism? That's going to be the end of it. Dropping very low here on the Roach. If only they had Sankey. I mean, Epicenter Burrow Strike is what you need to get in here. Stomp comes out. He goes for it a little bit late there. Katyu, he's going to pay for this one with his life stoned up and finished off. Shylock, not only Aegis in that kill onto Roche, but Katyu as well. Second Stone Giant drops.
Yeah. Well.
All right. That's enough of that. Let's play some video games.
Oh, you think that's stun now? That short line?
Nah.
Hey, and there's a Blink Dagger over on the line. So, really strong timing from Magma here now. They've got that Medusa where I doubt they have enough damage on LBZS to bring her down the first time anyway. But second time is definitely a no-no. And now they have double engagement ways with this Ricky as well as the Blink Dagger over on the line. This was really good for them.
Yeah. 4K net worth advantage now. Medusa gets to buy a bunch of time and farm up. Going for a Daedalus now. Straight damage? Is this the play?
Yes.
All right.
It is. Because if you don't buy a straight damage item here, then they're going to be able to ignore you for much longer. I've seen a bunch of people... like sometimes, of course, you need the Skadi to tank up as well, as we watch Mian Mian.
X comes out, Earth Spike afterwards. There's the silence coming out and holds that finger of death, but here it comes. Finished off. TZY snagging that kill there with the tricks of the trade. Found for the Lina.
There's not really any threat to the Medusa right now. She doesn't need to tank up. She needs to be a threat herself, so straight damage is an excellent choice here.
Yeah. You have so many people are willing to jump on the front line as well. Like you want to burst somebody down with this lion setup. It feels like, right? Like Earth Spike Hex comes out. You need Medusa to burst somebody down. Your other heroes aren't really going to do it. Ricky, could, but he's playing position 3 this game. He's not your priority farmer, so more damage needs to come out from Medusa. It kind of makes sense. I'm just worried about them being able to do the same to the Medusa. Burst her down.
With who?
Lina Tiny?
Yeah, I guess. At least as long as she has this Aegis, that's the really only thing you can do once.
Yeah, you do lose the fight immediately after if you come onto her with the Aegis. Or if, I don't know if you're catching North America, you saw that on Twitter. Maybe after you woke up.
Yes, I did. I was joking about that with Nomad 2 days ago when it happened in the Pinnacle game. We're like, yeah, that bug's still not fixed. Well, glad it hasn't determined any important games yet, huh?
But then it did.
A rare case of the caster curse influencing other games in other tournaments.
Yes. Caster curse transcends time, regions. Was a hell of a play. Didn't pick up that rapier right away, but definitely won them that team fight. Anyone who hasn't catched that one, I suggest maybe after this series, check out the Quincy Crew Evil Genius. Holds off on that Epicenter. Does end up getting that Burrow Strike off. Goes down on Dust. I was surprised to see him cancel that, just jump forward. I guess he saw the opportunity slipping away from him. TZY not going to wait for the opportunity to slip though. Jumps on Sand King. Electric Ray comes out afterwards, but no detections. Forces switch targets. Goes on Kaz. Finishes him off. Now switches back to TZY. They do have the detection for him this time around. Wait, they don't. He's just free. They hit him with so many spells. Oh, is he gonna? All right, he's getting away. That is so insane. Are they still hunting for him? A nice attempt there.
We can see him, but LBZS sure as hell couldn't.
Yeah. Oh, that was that was a close one there, but Ricky manages to get away with his life for now. You don't make that mistake twice in a game. You always carry detection after situations like that.
Sand King queuing up a shard.
I'm looking for a kill up onto Sand King. Speaking of him, there's the Earth Spike coming off, and there's no getting out of this one. He's got to buy himself a little bit of time, but that right click finishes him off. Bye-bye, Irving.
It was nice knowing him.
Yeah. Shylock gets to play aggressive over here, and down the Sand King, made initiator. I feel like Cat U is still a problem, though. In fact, it's exactly what Cat U's up to. Forced to save this Observer Ward. Doesn't have a sentry to drop it. Lion's here, looking to get a kill. Turns this one around on you very quickly, but not enough damage to bring him down. Silences, tried to buy a little bit of time. Stone Gaze, Aghanim's comes out, actually. Mystic Snake stones him up, and he's brought down. Finished off by that finger. Clears out these waves very quickly now on the Medusa. With the Sanjin Yasha before completing that Daedalus.
Yeah, she bought this SNY first.
Oh, I'm crazy. Now,
A little bit.
Yeah, I like that one. You're dealing with a lot of stun. You Light Strike, Raise, Burrow Strikes. You want to be able to stand your ground. So a lot of these, I mean, wait. Burrow Strike, single target blocked by Lincoln. Does it reflect a Mystic Snake with the Aghanim Shard?
I think it should, but
I imagine it does.
yeah, pretty sure it should.
Might be an item worth getting. It expires.
I think the shard in general is the value no matter what. Like at some point somebody's going to use something single target on you and you're going to get all of your mana back. It doesn't matter if they only have 3 of those spells, at some point they will use it on you.
I'm a big fan of the shard for that reason.
Same.
Alright. Now looking to turn things around. Cat, you smoked up. Is his Blink Dagger ready? Shylock, I'm not sure is the kill though.
Oh.
He's gonna go for the epicenter. Toss up. Burst down Kaz very quickly, but it jumps even further here on the Sand King. Managed to take out the Lion before he gets anything off. Gets on the back line. Shylock forced to get out of here with the Ricky, but looks like that's all they're gonna lose. Beautiful initiation by LBZS.
Magma could have actually spotted that. The creep in the camp fell over dead because Irving triggered a shard epi-pop. It killed a tomato creep in the camp. It died right underneath the ward, I think.
Maybe they just confident. Maybe they thought it was just like and by himself, maybe on the Sand King?
Was it always a Radiant ward? It could have always been a Radiant ward, then I'm just being sus for no reason.
I see. Trust nobody. Not even yourself.
I trust other people more than I trust myself, dude. Easy way.
Taking a lot of damage. Has got 20 stick charges though. Really needs this BKB to be able to stand his ground and fight. I feel so bad playing Ricky, man.
He's been doing decently. I mean, this entire game is just around getting his Medusa the game that she needs, and he's been doing pretty well so far. He's a threat on the map. He's providing some damage. He's an annoying secondary target to chase after.
It's true. It's hard to get on top of him and blow him up. God, it feels very under. You know what Ricky's agility growth rate is, Kips?
1 point something.
Yeah, 1.4.
Yeah.
This is a very weak little baby boy hero. The hero basically doesn't scale with damage, and the way that I mean, you get double agility when you use Tricks of the Trade now, but it doesn't matter because your attack rate is fixed during Tricks of the Trade. Riddle me that. What's the point? There is none.
There is none indeed. Just two Ricky haters here.
I used to like that hero quite a bit. I liked him a lot when Blink Strike was the ultimate in the Pierce Magic community and like all the charges of it. You could jump around in the team fights. That was a lot of fun. He was very broken recently with like the double target tricks of the trade when you had Aghanim Scepter and Battle Fury with that. You farmed too fast, you did too much damage, you were invulnerable half the time in team fights at the end game. Not cool.
Except if you're a Ricky player.
Unless you were playing the Ricky, then it was very fun. You know, you're just invulnerable, killing everybody. Moving around in your teammates as well. You're not fixed to a single position when you're using tricks of the trade.
Yeah, I'm often too much of a hipster to play heroes when they're strong, and I think it reflects itself in my sub 50% win rate.
That'll do it. Just don't pick the powerful heroes.
Oh, everyone's doing it. Why would I? Arkosh line, yeah.
What's that one? Is that just a tiny? That's just a tiny line. It would have had the team in front of it.
Line, yeah.
I'm crazy. I wonder how much time we have left. I just want video games, Kip. Is that too much to ask for?
I don't think so, but you know, sometimes technology does not cooperate.
Not sure what that would means. Suppose it could give us a chance to talk about the state of the game. Spectre, still kind of underwhelming. Not doing amazing farm. Feeling very far behind the Medusa. I mean, once you have Eye of Scotty getting on top of her, you're able to do a lot with Manta Diffusal Scotty. She's not going anywhere. The same goes for the Death Prophet, and you know Ricky's going to struggle to deal with you as well. I think you want to start to close this one out, or attempt to, before the Spectre can get the Eye of Scotty. So,
yeah, I'd say so as well. That's going to be a pretty big obstacle. But at the same time, she's quite a ways off of that Scotty, and you have been constricting the map very well on Magma. I don't think that she's going to have it for quite some time still, so you don't have to hurry all that much.
Yeah, I mean, they've been invading the triangle, getting wards all over the map, taking towers in that area, so it's very easy for them to, well, it's easier for them to put the pressure on. They've been turning some amazing fights here with Gatyu with Sand King here, though. I mean, Magma trying to play aggressive than just getting bodied.
Yeah, I think they're really punishing the inability of the Dusat to deal that much damage yet.
Which, of course, she was looking to change by rushing that Daedalus. It struggled to lock her down. It was one of the things that Sanj and Yasha, which did come first before the Daedalus that she's working on. But once that one's done, these team fights are going to be a lot scarier. Do you reckon that Medusa will eventually go Divine Rapier this game, or do you think they'll not let this game go to that point on Magma?
I do think that a Rapier is going to be the solution eventually. A lot of heroes that have to get into melee range of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, first things first, you're going to want the Skadi first, then after that, well... Rapier after the Skadi? I don't know.
Hard to say. Hard to say. The Rapier nerfs do feel kind of bad. I mean, this Spectre is a very far away, very far off from me actually getting a butterfly, but it sucks being forced to build an MKB right now because it feels like a pretty underwhelming item. There's really no point of building it in the last patch. You just go YOLO Divine Rapier at the end if you're struggling that much to deal with evasion, and you'd end up winning. So, you know, it makes the MKB more relevant, but Divine Rapier, it's a lot more of a very clutch final solution sort of scenario now. Like
I think honestly, if I look at the items that I think are going to be relevant now, it's much more about the Aeon discs over on Magma supports. If you can survive a haunt, and especially if you can manage to get the Spectre into a bad position after the haunt, and I think it's pretty easy to regroup with your Magma and actually push again behind that that Medusa that you got.
Yeah, Medusa. It's your front line, it's your damage, it's your everything right now, which I guess does make the statement that I made earlier about you know, someone needs to step aside and allow Lion to farm a little bit silly, but I do think that was a little bit important. They'd have a little bit more pace on their side if they were able to jump forward onto the Lina when she was playing very aggressive and blow up her, get kills onto her. She's the next most farmed hero in the game behind the Medusa, and would have been very easy before she had her BKB.
Yeah, and she is the only one that will be dealing the damage into the Dusa here. I'm saying only one. It's going to be like 75% her damage.
Yeah. Spectre is very much going to struggle to hold her ground for now. I feel like Lina does deal with Medusa pretty well, but you know, once Ricky's got a couple of items as well, then Lina isn't able to stand her ground. It's become so easy to jump that back line. I would have liked to see Tiny as a core this game, but yeah, he's been playing him pretty well.
Yeah, this is honestly one of the more successful Tiny support games that I've seen in a while.
It's like we're finally back in the game. See if they're ready to go. We're seeing repping Team Arkosh. Not exactly sure what he's saying here, but I imagine he just wants to play video games as well.
I mean, yeah. They rep Arkosh for the anime line, of course.
Yeah.
I think that's Slax's newest master move.
The old Slacks master moves. Slacks fans are an interesting breed. Somehow they egg him on to allow him to continue picking techies in his pubs. I don't know what that's all about. Just
want to watch the world burn, man.
I wonder if these people think they're the heroes of their own stories.
Yes.
Well, get techies out of my video game, thank you very much.
I think there's a time and a place for techies. I
And
mean, usually it's in the ban list, but
that place is Dota 1.
come on. Would a player like Zads be half as entertaining if he couldn't play techies? I bet Kachu plays techies.
Probably, but he doesn't want to subject his teammates to that because he cares about them.
Well, yeah, but he's getting paid to care about these teammates, whereas in pubs,
It's a little bit easier there.
yes.
I don't know. I could definitely do without that hero. I used to play that hero when I was decent at the game. Worked very differently back then. You could stack landmines onto all on top of each other. There's a lot more mind games at the start back then. You had to buy sentries at the start of the laning phase too. If you put them in the wrong locations, you just end up wasting gold. I don't want to have to think anymore,
I
though.
miss those times.
And Suicide on techies, just halving your death timer, that was cool. But alas, they took all the respawn talents out of the game. They took that out of the game. They've nerfed Bloodstone.
So what I'm really hearing here is more like the sounds of an ex-addict now hating on cigarettes with Berber.
Exactly. I'm a good person. Reformed
You're
gamer
reformed.
here. And we're back. I wish these computer problems would get reformed. How was that?
Just make the pixels go vroom already.
Yeah, I'm tired of these pauses here. I'm hoping to see one of these people move and stopped time. I think that happened a little while ago. I think Ad sent me some screen cap of somebody moving when the game was paused somehow.
Yeah, like I seem to remember that caption, but I didn't have time to check out the Reddit post at that time, and then I forgot about it. I wonder what that was about.
If it's been
I
fixed.
guess I have time to.
we can look that one up. All right. Just when we start talking about something interesting, they resume the game. All right. We're good to go. And we got video games to talk about here. Pixels going vroom, Kips. This is what you asked for.
Finally.
Yeah. They're not slowing down. They smoke up. It's bound to be some exciting stuff. They run to Caillou, but Caillou is too quick. You can't catch this man. The speed of this man's fingers. Precision. They're not done yet, though. Look for a wraparound. Look at this positioning here on the lion. Sneaking in the trees. Caillou reveals himself after they back off. This man, he just knows where they are. He's a genius.
Alright, that's enough of that. Yeah, the clips of a razor dying during a pause.
Look.
One moment he's there, the other moment he's gone.
Ooh, a Hex comes out.
Number this time.
Earth Spike comes out not long after. Silence there. He's not able to avalanche and finished off by the finger death.
Yeah.
Not quick
Getting
enough.
that spirit on top of you. Natural order plus finger.
Irving a little bit too far up. Earth Spike ends up landing. There's the detection. He ends up getting finished off in short order. Irving now down. And probably looking to actually take a tower here and look the way of Roshan. The minimum respawn time of right now, it's going to be 45 seconds. So Exorcism will be down.
So that thing I said a while back about the Sand King just not getting to finish the BKB if he didn't get it fast enough. Well, yeah. I think we're there.
It's like finish a Ghost Scepter fast enough on this Oracle either, but it doesn't end up mattering. He gets out. TZY can't quite finish him off. I mean, you go BKB, you just don't have the damage to pick off these supports. Xiaofu scared for his life now after that one. Isn't even safe behind his tier 2 tower, and will be forced to give this one up, it seems. Creeps is able to backdoor protection. Just a couple more hits from this Medusa and it'll be gone, but she's hesitating. Realizes everyone's back up. Sand King just respawned. Yeah, he thinks better of it though. He would have had to initiate that one.
Yeah, and I think that right now, unless they really get
Irving goes with a Burrow Strike, ends up connecting and drops down on the other Titan. Shylock, forced to pop the Stone Gaze, ends up walking away very quickly. Get the disengage off. Alright.
Yeah, with TTY still on half health, there's not really anything Magma can do there. And LBZS is wisely waiting until they actually get a fight that that works with their conditions. That said, flanking right now.
Scanned out, so they'll be able to take this one pretty easily, I imagine. There's that Exorcism Finger of Death dropping very low right now. Oracle not finished off though. Sand King ends up getting brought out of the fight, but he has buyback available. So does Oracle. Aegis ends up dropping. Wishing picks that one up.
Everything.
Aegis and Cheese both going his way. They want to chase him down. Can't get him on this line. Dust doesn't want to give up though. Yules buys him a little bit more time. Blink Dagger is available. Doesn't commit on top of him. Oracle is back. Had the Dispel ready and thinks better of it there on the Lion. Doesn't want to commit forward, which I think is the right call. Turn that one around, you end up getting torn apart and lose this 6k net worth advantage that you currently have.
Yeah. I wonder if this Spectre is going to use the shard for herself. No.
No? I mean, it's not amazing here.
It's not. I guess the Lina is the better option. Like, are you gonna give Tiny his tree? I'm not sure. Anyone's really great here.
You give that to Oracle? No, what's that one do? Oh, right. What is Oracle? Oh, right. Is that the disarm one, or is that the Aghanim Scepter now?
I think it's the disarm one.
That is no.
Oh yeah, good tooltip.
Yeah, that is the ultimate 1.5 on I think Fade Delay. I think it makes you invisible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's that one. One of them, the Aghanim Scepter makes it so enemies can be hurt by spells when they're hit by the W, and allies are no longer disarmed.
Yes, that's the one.
Aghanim Shard is something.
It's false promise invisibility.
Alright, still looking for a kill here on Katyu. Smoked up. CTZY and he's dead. A Burrow Strike comes out. Takes him a while though. Pops the BKB. Chain stunning there. Bit of a misplay. And TZY, he's just going to be a walk out. Lina slept up. Sleeping Dart. Keeps on the backline for a couple seconds. Gets the BKB off. Managed to find the kill on the line, but he buys back immediately. Going to be able to TP in on that tier 2 tower. Stone Gaze coming out. Forced to turn around here on the Lina. She might just drop. Can't hold her ground any longer. On top of the Stone Gaze turns to stone. Ends up dropping the bow. Xiaofu down. Oracle ends up expiring. Meanwhile, on the backline, TZY picked off Irving. Overextending for sure and wiped out. I mean, you're fighting into their territory. They've got buybacks available. That was very optimistic. Inspector not able to stay on top of these targets without Eye of Scotty.
Very unfortunate that the chain stun just doesn't land. I think you definitely have yourself a fight there, but not like this. I think they might actually want to get out as soon as they don't get the chain disabled there. Now they got Sherlock in their doors.
Yeah, there's that Exorcism. Very little they're going to be able to do defend from this one. Aegis is available for another 2 minutes here, but definitely can't run forward right now on the Spectre. You need Sand King, you need Lina. Lina is most of your damage right now. Tiny, you're about to lose Katyu. He drops buyback available on him, but you might just have to give up this Rax, cut your losses here. They look bottom with the tier 2's taken. They want more. I'm not sure they're going to be able to stop him here. Much longer we got left on this one. Try to throw out these daggers. Couple of heroes now up. There's the Spectre, but Sleeping Dart. Stop this wishing from running forward here. Toss back. Get the Medusa, but she's going to be a tricky target to blow up. Laguna Blade comes out, dropping pretty low here on very little mana. Burrow Strike on cooldown for another couple of seconds. You need to get on top of this Medusa. Shylock sitting at half mana. Going to be filled back up. Mystic Snake onto everybody. Boom. Max mana. Go forward, but it's going to be too tricky to blow this one up. Hex comes off on the Spectre. It is still up for another minute, so she'll be able to respawn after going down here, but the rest of your team, not so lucky. Zhao Fu drops Irving on the backline, gets the epicenter off. There's the Burrow Strike! Off on a 2. Medusa, she might just drop. Mana Shield dropping half now, but can't finish her off, sitting at almost no HP, but they just can't get her. Now down on Wishing. Everyone sitting at very low HP. Go back in, managed to get the kill off on the Elder Titan, but Irving goes down anyway. Doesn't even matter. And
they're focus firing the Medusa, and they clearly don't have a good enough grasp on what their damage is right now.
Oh, she's much tankier than she appears, but you'd think Medusa's pretty popular right now. You think you'd expect to know exactly how much damage it takes to bring that hero down, but can't quite finish her off any of these times.
This shard makes it so hard. The fact that she can just almost randomly still get mana back is... Like she can be disabled the entire time. Doesn't matter. Snake's gonna come out. She's going to refill her mana pool, and that's how she gets to such a ridiculous point where her HP is almost gone, but she's got full mana again. Well, you gotta chew through the entirety of that pool again.
Yeah, it's I think it's a couple of times Medusa just went back up like 50% mana, 50% mana from sitting at. You never took her below half in these team fights, and yes, her HP was sitting kind of low, but it didn't even matter. And things getting harder and harder. 17k net worth advantage for LBZS, 26k, 27k. Oh, sorry, for Team Magma, 27k XP. Gem available. Absolute domination of this map, and I think now we'll just play it slow till the next Aegis is up.
Yeah, there's no hurry whatsoever here. The Spectre doesn't seem to ever be. Oh,
you hate to see it.
To me. Yeah. The Spectre pick hasn't done anything yet this game. They got 2 pickoffs. That doesn't count. That doesn't make you a hero.
And what does make you a hero? LBZS, when they use 2% of their win probability instead of just 1.
That's double the probability, man.
Oh, I have to win a fight to make that happen. Getting sneaky here on the back line for a potential.
That's 50% more win probability.
100% more.
Sorry, yes, 100%. You're completely correct.
And a mass win this time. Katyu blinks forward, but doesn't get the toss back off at anyone. Beautiful save there by Zhao Fu, but Zhao Fu might cost him his own life getting that save. Pawns forward to the back line. And looks like everyone's just going to drop. Oracle's down, Tiny's down. He couldn't end up saving him, only delaying his death. They do hit the line pretty low, but Irving ends up getting blown up, and Lina gets all the Light Strike Array, or the Laguna Blade, but that's it. GG is called. Nothing they're able to do. We're going to see this go to game number 3. Magma, they end up taking the second game of the series.
They do, and I guess I should give the Riki a little bit more credit in that the lane win was very nice, and then the power of the just the pickoff threat was really something that allowed the Medusa just farm whenever she wanted, wherever she wanted. And even though we didn't see it do that much, I think it was relevant. It was very hard for LBZS to make plays here, but yeah, support Tiny. Nothing once again. Not really.
No.
It was one of the 2 haunt kills.
It was just too difficult to get on this backline, and Ice Gotti would have been great, but just didn't end up getting that one finished in time. And Lina, despite a lot of damage early game, ended up becoming a non-factor.
And she had to do it all on her own. The Sand King doesn't have a BKB.
Wow. These team fights. I mean, this is the first one, right? Cat-U. Oh no, second Rosha here. Found absolutely everything on the Spectre. I mean, it was a nice attempt by Cat-U, but he was a little bit late for that first Rosha. Stacking your stuns. Yeah. A sleeping dart there on the Lina, just not able to pump out that damage when she really needed to.
I think they also didn't have detection once again. Oh no, wait, they had the dust the first time around. Excuse me.
A couple things go slightly different. It's a different kind of game, but Magma, they kept this aggression up and they punished LBZS every time they went too far forward. And yeah, this is just impossible to take down this Medusa. Watch, turns around, throws out a Mystic Snake. Boom. You gain what, like 700 mana. Throws out another Mystic Snake. Sitting at what, 40% right now, back up to full. And they focus fire her down. They think, all right, let's get on top of her. We'll blow her up. You never had the damage to bring her down. All these times you're forced to turn around. She's pumping out so much damage onto you with that Daedalus, with that Stone Gaze.
And they don't have a Scotty in this fight either.
And they try again here, but you bring your HP pretty low, but mana end up getting it to about half, back up to full yet again. You just can't do enough damage to her.
I think in the previous couple of fights that they actually did well, it was always Irving jumping the backlines, jumping Shylock, jumping Kaz. As soon as they're forced to fight straight into the Medusa, it's all over. Also, really loving this Blink Dagger pickup here. It's just a nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
LBZS can't even run away anymore.
Nothing they're able to do at this point. At MVP Shylock, you know what? I'll give it up. Played a hell of a game here on the Medusa.
0 deaths, always an easy recipe for an MVP award, I think.
Yeah. A lot of kill participation. GPN farmed incredibly quickly this game. Knew exactly items need to grab, and always making sure the mana was topped up. Never dropped to 0 in these team fights. So, shout out to him. But Kips, 3 games, and these are some pretty important matches. Your thoughts so far before we move to a break here?
Yeah, surprised at how draft dependent this one is looking. I really think LBZS partially just did this one to themselves. Would like to see them draft a bit more proactively. I really like it when they play aggressive, when they match their personalities to that draft, or I should say that draft to their personalities. So go in harder, and I think Magma can crumble.
Let's see if they melt. That one didn't quite hit. Sounded a little bit better in my head. Magma, melt. We'll workshop it a little bit on the break. Be back soon, everybody. Stay tuned.
请天辉方禁用英雄，请夜眼方禁用英雄，请夜眼方挑选，请天辉方挑选英雄。
月牙海民。
还剩10秒，还剩5秒。请天辉方挑选，请天辉方挑选英雄。
Game number 3, the best of the best here in the lower division Chinese region, which is the only, division and region that matters. You guys have been here, waiting it out, waiting through the pause time with us. Here we are. It all comes down to this one, and then the next series, and then tiebreakers. But here we are, Magma against LBZS. Kips, what do we got for this game? They're bringing out the puck. They're bringing out the tusk. They're not joking around anymore.
They aren't. No, Team Magma sniping away that Tusk out from under Kachu. Of course, Mian also plays very, very well on that hero. And now here is a hero that I've seen sometimes almost go unaddressed, especially in upper division games in China. It feels like they're not really taking into account the trends, apart from, okay, well, I guess we'll get a carry that builds a manta style. But they don't really seem to react to it with what heroes do we need in order to break the enemy safe lane tower. And I've seen especially Vici just win entire series based off of that. So, yeah, we're going to put one hero on our safe lane tower, it's going to hold it, you're going to have to bring 3, and then if you don't dive him, you still don't get the tower. Oh, and if you dive him, he pops overgrowth and we go on you.
Yeah.
So, let's see what Magma has. So far, so good. That's a pretty great hero versus the Treant. Of course, Death Prophet can't push solo, but at the very least she can push out of range of the overgrowth and of the tower.
Mm-hmm. I kind of see Death Prophet as a poor man's Leshrac for that reason. It's hard for me to understand. I think Leshrac is a bit more popular inside the North American region. Death Prophet, they tend to value a little bit more here in China. I think it provides a little bit more utility to the teamfight just because you have that very big silence.
Yeah, I mean, you say that right now, but Lesh has been big in the in China during, at least in the upper division during this week. Not so much in lower.
Man, I need to watch these upper division matches. I've been grinding too much NA games.
Yeah, I've been grinding the upper division matches, so I can tell you that. I heard we both got a podcast to record.
I might not be on that one this week due to various reasons. I asked them for a replacement, and then my schedule freed up a little bit more. We'll have to see. If you guys want to,
at the very least, I've done all my homework. Cost me a Sunday, but I did.
It's always a little bit rough for me because the NA matches fall at the very end of the week. We have 3 series, 2 upper division, then a lower division one, and then there's just no time to do your homework. So I'm usually working or sleep during that day to do my schedule, and I have to grind replays for like 10 hours before I do the podcast. Maybe not this week though. We'll see. I've got an excuse. I'm up play casting with Yo. I need my nappy nap after this.
Definitely. Well, let's see if LBZS and Magma are going to let you go to bed or not. For now, at least no sleeping during the game. Medusa is out, and we get... This could also be a support Pangolier. I mean, both the Puck and the Pango are also Kachu heroes.
This is true. I feel like Cat-Yu, he can play almost anything. He wants to play stuff that's a little bit more aggressive. Puck, Pango do fit that style. Train Protector, not really. Not anywhere near flashy enough. Can't make enough plays by yourself with that one. It just will not do. He doesn't sit there defending towers. He's a player slayer.
Yeah, so that's up to Zhao Fu defending the tower, and I think we've got our Kaz hero here as well with the Abaddon. If you don't have an Oracle, Abaddon is the next best thing to defend your Death Prophet in these early mid-game teamfights, and immediately Terrorblade. I guess LBZS has just been banning it out because they think it's powerful.
Yeah. And right now, Magma struggle to deal with it. They don't have the magical damage right now. You've got Soul Siphon, you've got Crypt Swarm, but other than that, not a lot to work with here. They're going to have to change that with the next couple of picks, but their options are somewhat limited. You also have to consider Elder Titan banned out, so can't just go right through his armor either. And at this point, you've kind of stopped yourself from picking up a Drow Ranger to go through his armor as well. You don't have these heroes to properly protect the backline. I mean...
No, you know, it's possible your Death Prophet's going to suffer if you put the Abaddon on Drow duty instead. And then you need to pick, I don't know, like a last pick Mars or something like that. The other option, which is one that I personally don't really like, but I see a lot of teams go for anyway, is the Morphling. Of course, you can usually keep up with the TB in terms of farming. Okay.
Interesting. Not the best hero against TB. This one is a little bit back and forth. But usually kind of TB favored. You're all physical damage against ultra high armor heroes, so you can't burst him down. You need to be up in his face, so it allows him the opportunity to get Sunders off onto you. Not the best pick here, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it will allow you to play for a very, very high pace if you want to. I've seen Ursas go into fights with half of a Diffusal Blade, half of a Battle Fury. You know, if you pop the Enrage at the right time, you can always decide to get out. So, yeah, it is possible to play very fast, skirmishing 5-man Dota with this if you're Team Magma, but LBZS undoubtedly has the better late game here.
It's looking pretty good for them, and you know, there's that Mars that you were talking about banned out here by LBZS. You're running out of options to deal with this TB. What is the solution here? It's
big magic burst. Don't like OD right now. Lina's in the pool. You could go Void Spirit, like you run out of damage eventually, and of course you're up versus a Puck as well. Isn't exactly great. Will most likely be a support Puck though, so not as big of a threat as it normally is. Like, especially with this Ursa pickup, I think you put this Pango in the offlane.
Yeah. It's looking like they need some sort of hero to sit in the front of these team fights, start the fights for that matter, and sort of initiator. They banned out the Viper, they banned out the Enigma. Can kind of serve that purpose. Enigma able to turn these fights around, and Viper not really here. You want to go on with what you currently have. You don't want Ursa to get carried around. It does feel a little bit worse dealing with Viper, Venomance, these heroes with slows ever since Abyssal Blade was nerfed. You don't have that extra jump as Ursa. But otherwise, not a massive deal. The Enrage, the Aghanim Shard feels very good. Ultimate, you know.
Shard's really good.
Yeah. It doesn't dispel you. I was saying like the first day that it dispelled you, as I assumed it did.
Hellstein?
I take the Underlord.
Underlord, okay. The other guy.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, you need magical damage. The LC, it would provide you lockdown, but you just got no way to kill that Terrorblade without it. So now you can kind
Is
of...
overwhelming odds not a thing in your world?
I mean, it's a thing, but in this game, it kind of feels like underwhelming odds.
Point taken.
Well, we'll see what they grab up last here. The Underlord I do like. You struggle to deal with it to the illusions. It deals with Puck pretty well. It deals with Pango extremely well. It humbly limits what they're able to do. Last pick coming out from LBZS. I mean, I think it's got to be... no, Kunkka's no good against Ursa. Wonder who they get last year.
No, it's banned.
Dragon Knight.
No.
Or is that not enough damage?
Yeah, I'm looking at the damage front here as well. You're actually up versus 3 very tanky heroes now, especially because this Death Prophet is definitely going to have the protection of that Abaddon. And you're saying, alright, long team fights are mine.
Huh. And... Huh. This is a hero I haven't seen since No, they ruined his axes for him, dulled him up. Chipped edges now, just not sharp enough to cut through heroes. Lost all the bonus damage on the eggs, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, he did. Of course, still 0 cooldown. So still pretty powerful. I've seen it a couple of times in the offlane since then, doing decently well versus these melee heroes. Of course, Ursa can kill boars with the little hop on the earth shock, so not as powerful there on the Beastmaster. And then, yeah, like the most recent game that I saw in China at least was XXS also grabbing an Aghanims on his offlane Beastmaster. Don't think that's the way to go. I think you definitely should be empowering your team, building probably the Solar Crest into, well, a Blink Dagger, for example. Maybe a Shard, really be that initiator playing the Vision game.
Go back to how Beastmaster was, you know, minus that Necronomicon.
Exactly. I don't think the Helm build is great right now either.
Helm of the Dominator. I have seen it work in a couple pub games, but it's not popped off in any pro matches I've seen. The axe build is a little bit ridiculous. I'm glad they've kind of gotten rid of that. They buffed up his attack speed by like 5, and I think like a couple other things. I think his boar talent or something to make the hero feel less awful for not going the axe talent, but. We'll have to see how this one works, despite the nerfs to the axes. So we'll hop right into game number 3 here, Kips, and I'm excited. A lot of implications off this match.
Yeah, definitely. This is one of the deciding matches for who actually gets to finish at the top here. Both of these teams, great record throughout the season.
Well, if Team Magma could win this one, they do potential. Well, yeah. They force a lot of tiebreakers coming out because right now LBZS sitting at 5-1 alongside Phoenix. That would tie things up with Asta Ares, and we could even see a 4-way tie. Is that right? Yeah, potentially see a 4-way tie if later tonight manage to win here on CDEC. Though they don't have as much to gain because they're with 3 losses already out of potential relegations up into the upper division. So that fire might not be under them, but they definitely do have a chance of winning.
I would really like to see Asta Ares in a possible tiebreaker here. I mean, on one hand, I'm very much an LBZS fan, very much a Phoenix fan, but Asta Ares has really stolen my heart in a couple of games that I've seen them play, and I think they look, I don't want to say upper division ready, but at least like the kind of team that could learn a lot from getting up there.
Me too, but you know, it's a fierce competition down here in the lower division, even in China. A very scary region, I gotta say. It's a good thing that they've only got 4 slots.
Yeah, like I've seen some plays out of some of these lower division teams that would have not looked bad on a major team at all.
Yeah. It's a very scary region. Everyone in the upper division is terrifying. The fact that like SAG and RNG are underwhelming compared to the like 6 teams inside the upper division right now speaks for itself, because those teams are terrifying as well. They could probably hold their own against upper division any other region.
Yeah, and the upper division also looks to have a whole bunch of ties.
Which
so
is
not only are the teams strong, but they're also close together.
Which would be exciting, but you know, not fun for scheduling, not fun for admins trying to sort everything out. Teams as well, trying to sort out visas at the last minute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, are we going or not?
As we're watching, wishing here takes the first point into the reflection actually, in order to get the slow out onto this lane, actually be able to use some of his mana. It's very hard for a Terrorblade to empty out his mana pool while laning.
Yeah, unless he's spamming out illusions.
Double melee lane.
Yeah. I mean, these reflections need to come out and do a little bit of harass, but outside of that, he's got no real way to zone them. So if he pops Metamorphosis at level 2, might just hold it for 3. If you don't drop the point to the first level and try to secure yourself like the first wave of CS, a lot of time you're not going to use it until it's level 3 because it scales, you know, double the second level. Though they did end up nerfing it by 5 damage every level. Feels kind of bad.
Well, at the very least, he gets to walk faster in the Metamorph now. I think that's a much bigger buff than anything damage nerfs are.
That's true. Way easy to run people down. And finally take a look elsewhere at already summoning the menagerie here on Beastmaster. Nice vision under the tower. Put his boar on top of Kaz here. Cat, you're taking some heavy harass. Force a turnaround. Probably. We can get disarms anyways. Instantly dispels it though. A lot of mana now on Kaz. He decides to commit forward. There's your disarm, but
force flow as well.
yeah. Ursa staying on top of the Beastmaster here, trying to zone him out, and Irving. Oh, right. Shylock forced him to the tower. He's got Urshock available in a moment here as well. He might just go down. 2 more auto attacks. Cancels that one. But no disarm. And Irving's down. Has to do the walk of shame back in.
Yeah. Can't say he didn't do that to himself.
Yeah. I mean, he certainly did deserve it. Shylock was about to turn around anyway when he threw that out. Oh my. Catyu's going to go down here as well. Another 5 seconds till he's got the Earthshock. One more auto attack and he's gone. Shylock 2 kills up here in the top lane. Near the top of the CS chart as well. This is going to be the Ursa game.
Yeah, well, Magma needed to be the Ursa game though. Let's not forget about that. Like, this is absolutely phenomenal start, but yeah, he kind of also needs that because otherwise his game versus Terrorblade is just going to be extremely hard.
Lose Kaz to neutral creeps there, so he's down for what, almost 30 seconds. They use that, decide just be aggressive here on the bottom lane on Zhao Fu. Might just drop here. He's got the extra movement speed. Thinks his boots speed, so he ends up getting away. Can't quite slow him enough with that tag team. 4 minutes roll around. Time is flying. Water and spawn. Picks it up here on Dust. Pretty close to level 6. Mid lane we haven't got the chance to touch on, but slight advantage here for the Death Prophet. 25-5 to the Puck's 22-3.
Yeah, she trades a little bit better. She bursts the wave a little bit better. And of course she provides tower threat if the Puck ever decides to rotate out of that lane, which is something that LBZS need to be wary of. Then of course they have Zhao Fu. Okay, Catch proc.
Yeah.
You can do it.
About time. Tries to proc again. This is going to cost him his life. He was feeling confident he'd get one off there with the 17%, but he gets nothing. Irving might just go down as well. This is an absolute slaughter. They need to turn this one around. Puck, he tries to stand his ground. Tries to go for that boar before he drops, but Puck definitely needed to rotate in there and shut this Ursa down. 348 gold for that kill. Very big. But Ursa definitely a problem now. He's going to respawn full HP and mana.
Yeah, decent chunk of cash. Catch you walking off with the Puck's bottle there. And yeah, the catapult wave is in mid. They have the Abaddon to protect it.
Yeah.
That's going to be first exorcism.
Yeah, they've got Catty here to potentially get a disarm off, but, you know, any sort of dive attempt or any attempt to kill this. Oh, actually, target the correct hero here. Kaz ends up dropping very quickly in Dust and tries to hold his ground, but already dropping somewhat low. Might just have to back off here. How much longer? 27 seconds on Dreamcoil. You're relatively safe for the moment. 6 minute rolls around. See if you win the 50-50 on the DP. And you do. Force forward here on the toss. Not quite getting that block off of the shards. In fact, it looks like he's just going to go down. Puck finishing him off, but Abaddon saves him for a moment. Not long enough to get Catty down, though.
It looked very risky for both of those melee supports up versus Dust, but neither of them really goes down. That means that the Puck gets away with murder once again.
Yeah.
Of course, the other murderer is up here. Shylock is a menace.
Yeah. Kaz gonna drop again here. Nothing you can do about the. I almost cursed Catty.
And I don't think it's possible to curse Catyu. He does that all by himself.
Yeah. Of course. Losing HP here, but he's got Sunder available. Back up to full HP, and they know nothing they're able to do. Tries to turn on them. It's a lot of damage off of the root. Buys him enough time that he's able to get that rift out. And I imagine he'll TP back to lane not long after this. Possessed Mass picked up now. Very big.
Oh yeah, that's huge. The Ursa was already having a great game. That's gonna be even better now. Dang. Anyway, we don't see the early point into the Sunder very often on the TV, but when he knows that his supports are going to rotate out and he's up versus a double melee lane that's looking to dive him, yeah, just get that point. Well worth it right now.
Well, tried to make I made a couple of plays work here, but I think I don't know. You can't just leave this Ursa alone. And now, yeah, establishing vision inside the jungle. I think Shylock is going to realize what Catyu is up to over here.
It's never anything good, but yeah, we're gonna settle into the routine here now of Xiaofu
Yes.
trying to stop off the aggression on this bottom tower.
Not
Everybody though.
Yeah, you're talking to me about this at the start of the game and say, all right, you either fail to commit to this bottom tower or you rotate 3 down here and they get to make a play on the other side of the map if you do that.
Yep.
Kips with the foresight.
2 is usually not enough to deal with a Treant.
It takes them quite a while to burn through this tower. In fact, they get the top one first, and all the while, TB farming, who needs a space a little bit more than the Ursa does. So, pretty good for you on the rating, I'd say.
Yeah, it's not quite what you'd hope for with a Treant Protector, but that answer from Magma going immediately into the Death Prophet was very good, much better than I've seen from some other teams. Nice little D-word there as well. Xiaofu. Let's see if they can catch out Dust here. There's several heroes.
They commit this coil. They don't hesitate on this man. Didn't end up connecting with that. Ooh, Roar comes out and he's just going to drop. Double ultimate for your level 5 Abaddon. Can't feel awful.
Yeah. If I'm the Abaddon, I'm looking to high-five somebody now, but nobody's available because they're all alive and you're dead.
Maybe someone on the booth. You got time right now. You got like another 10 seconds. Throw the high five.
You can't even high-five your coach anymore. He's not allowed in the room anymore.
I'm never allowed here in China. Ooh.
Oh, Cat, you just got shredded.
I thought he'd get out of that one.
Yeah, same, but this is a big bear.
This isn't your average 9-minute Ursa. This is your 9-minute 5.2k net worth Ursa.
Yeah. He's got how many kills under his belt? I think that was his 5th.
Something like that.
Wait, is he just all of the kills on Magma right now? He is, isn't he?
This was the bad news bear that they tried to tell you about. Tries to go for the rune, forced off it. Multiple heroes there. Doesn't want to commit. Lost his capabilities as well.
Yeah, Magma's had that edge over LBZS for the entirety of this series, I think. They've been better at the rune control every single time.
But,
both supports level 5. Sitting in the mid lane.
Well, then he doesn't want to sit in the bottom lane anymore on the Treant Protector. His bottom tower is gone. He's migrated. This is his new home. Not a safe home, though, with that ward there.
No wonder.
Is he?
But yeah, you want the TV to play up top because you get the triangle, plus you push out the wave without actually being present, so you just send out your illusions. And then the Beastmaster takes the dead lane. I feel like we haven't used that word in a while as casters. All I ever heard these days is dangle this, dangle that.
I'm a big dangler fan, not a very big dead lane fan. I feel like you can play around dead lane, you can't play around dangling.
Yep.
Wishing he's just going to drop here. Bring him down too quickly. No mana for Sunder. Torn apart. But
big quote though.
Yeah, Catyu ends up weaving through that. That one looked a little bit weird, but
that was
jump on the back line. Yeah. Dropping there on the Tusk. And everyone forced to get back here. Shylock feeling very strong, but pretty deep in the enemy territory. Did somebody have Diffusal? Am I crazy? That's Ursa, right?
That's Ursa, yeah.
Yeah. Ends up burning down all of his Sunder mana. Normally you'd be able to turn that one around, but got an 11-minute Diffusal Blade on the Ursa.
Because why not? At the very least to get the D-wards here. And, I mean, a lot of this is up to Xiaofu right now. If you get a good overgrowth, you're going to be able to stop this Ursa from bursting down whoever he's on. And then, presumably, you'll get to turn the fight with your coil, with the Rolling Thunder as well.
Right, over here. Sitting in their triangle where it is nice and safe. Not able to approach this one just yet. I imagine that'll change pretty soon, but they need a couple more items on Magma before they're able to invade that aggressively. Or at least, be able to take out this mid tower.
Beastmaster does seem to have Dominator build, by the way.
Well, proved you wrong at the least. I've seen this in pub, but not that many professional matches yet. Yeah, he's just gonna go down here on top.
Until he wins.
Yeah. Tried to throw off that walrus punch onto the bear, finish it off, get himself a little bit of Dominator gold, but isn't the case.
Extra HP coming in nicely there.
Yeah. I do like how easily this puck is thrown off the dream coils, though. I feel like that's definitely the play. Anything you can find at this point, especially when you're 3k net worth behind, I feel is worth it. You're definitely not going to find kills off in this area, as he deals with the dream coil way too well with Enrage. Speaking of tools to catch people, Rod of Atos now finished here on the Underlord. Puck can have a lot more trouble getting out of a lot of stuff. Same goes for Katyu. Not where he's set up at the moment. Setting himself in the mid.
They probably suspect this one.
Faking out. They're just going to go straight into Roche. They pop the X's and Katyu. He'd be more than happy to catch you out in the pit. And Shylock already sitting at, what, 75% HP? Makes it a little bit easier for you. Faking it out. He wants to go. In fact, there it is. He drops it. Jumps forward. Silence comes out onto several heroes. And Ursa, he might just go down. Snowball provides him with the save. He stays on top of the Roshan. Wants to finish this one off. Keeps the Furious Wave stacked off onto it. Katyu inside the pit. Stunned up now in the Ursa. But Shylock, he managed to hop forward to get the Aegis. The back line, dust dropping very low. He might just go down. Healed up though by Kaz. Staying alive with that. Yule Scepter drops the first time here on the Ursa. Terrorblade with the Metamorphosis. Forced to back off after just a couple of auto attacks. Can't stand his ground. Is Sunder available, but can't get it off on anybody. And Magma, they come out on top of that team fight. Couldn't keep the Ursa stunned up. And Beatles will save there by the Tusk. Stopping that chain stun there by Katyu. They look towards mid.
This could very well be a tower here. Don't see any good ways for LBZS to clear this without getting caught in another fight. Or about getting caught. Fuck yeah.
Didn't manage to chain with that Rod of Atos, fortunately.
At the very least, yeah, Glyph. You're going to be healing it back up again as well. And Magma most likely are going to have to commit another exorcism to this at some point, which is annoying, but that's what you gotta do versus Treant.
You see an instant replay of this one, but yeah, silenced up on the Ursa, Orphotic Shield, cleared out the stun, allowed a Tusk to get the chance to get in there, reset the fight, and never stopped the Ursa from keeping those stacks up onto the Roshan. Managed to grab that Aegis because of it, just healing up on the front line.
Right now, just not tanky enough to stand anywhere, really.
Yeah, he's 1200 HP. I mean, you're mostly physical damage, but right now he's still not able to stand his ground. His armored HP is enough. He needs a couple of items before he's able to fight, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just a Dragon Lance won't do it.
But Zhao Fu, he's going to pay for this one with his life, I imagine. There is no way you get out of this one. Rages off that overgrowth. Nice attempt.
Yeah, and Shylock on these aggressive heroes, he just really knows how to press his advantage as well. We've seen him. I think the first time that I watched this guy was back when, in that brief window during the what is that? A lot of people were trying Clinks. I remember him getting off a couple of really good Clinks games.
Support Clinks? That was when Beastmaster.
No, carry Clinks.
Carry Clinks, right. That's I think that one's a lot more of a North American special for a little while. Nobody plays that hero right now, though.
No, definitely not. But
it's a very popular Sammy boy hero. But hasn't seen any play recently. I think they're ready to play even more aggressive here. Nice Dream Coil, but a whole lot of mana here on the puck. He's not going anywhere. Katyu buys him a little bit of time, but not enough. Roar comes out, but he enrages that one off. Doesn't keep him disabled for long. Shylock trying to walk out of this one, but turns back around. Pangolier stun, keeping people locked in place. I think he just ended up going down here on his switching as well, yeah. not able to do anything. Irving, no getting out of this one either. Yules comes out and he's finished off. Shylock, you know, this is his game. We talked about this one, Kips. There was no way to slow this one down. I mean, he's not getting off his Sunders. The Diffusal Blade came out too quickly. They keep these disables, holding everyone in place. You can't stand your ground and fight on this Terrorblade right now.
Yeah, and I think he went to Dragonlance because he realized that Magma was going to come at him, but the problem is that that just slows down any Manta Cell that might happen, and the Manta Cell is what will eventually allow you to survive Dust getting out these silences onto you, and Dust is very clearly just holding them up until the Terrorblade wants to sunder.
And, you know, he's silence is thrown out. Ursa changes target, gets on top of him, hits him a couple times with the Diffusal Blade, and suddenly he's all out of mana. Nothing he's able to do. Can't turn those fights around anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough nut to crack for LBZS.
Only bound to get tougher here. Tusk working on the Solar Crest now. Throw even more buffs onto the Ursa. Let's go.
The TV is closer to the Manta Cell.
Speaking of Tusk, they end up going on him. Don't even have to commit that route there. Actually, they do after all. Managed to catch the Underlord over there on the backline. Puck got on top of Silent, comes out, and he's just blown up. That one turned around very quickly. I bet you're wishing you commit that route there. 85% win probability for Magma. This is absolutely insane. It's only a 9k net worth advantage.
Only 9k at 19 minutes, though. That's pretty early for such a big gap. You know, I almost hate saying it because Beastmaster is one of my favorite heroes, at least as like a caster and a coach, but he's not really doing anything in this game. He hasn't been able to just stay in a lane and apply steady pressure there. He hasn't been able to be an initiator and fight.
He's
They got the
looking.
Solar Crest, but
He finds him. He's up on the high ground. Kagyu, he's gone on. Here's Shylock. The moment he finds you, you just drop. And now, you know, thank you very much for softening up these ancients for me. Don't mind if I do. Irving trying to do what he can on this Beastmaster, but like you said, he's not providing enough. He's keeping these lanes shoved in, but that didn't make any space for your team. They've just invaded your triangle. Dust! That was a very aggressive blink, and he might just pay for this one with his life. Finally managed to find a kill there. I'm wishing he needs to TP out immediately afterwards. Can he get it? He does, but Irving, he won't be so lucky. You end up getting that kill on a Death Prophet. 504 gold, but you pay for it with your life. And Metamorphosis now on cooldown.
well, I really love that Blink Dagger pickup, but I do not love its reveal. But yeah, as I said before, this Death Prophet, the entire goal right now is to be able to get clutch silences off, which he has to so far, and as well as like the fact that LBZS doesn't have enough damage. Being able to reposition about these teamfight ults is very important, so loving Blink, not loving the execution.
No, it's experimental Blink. Something like that.
It's very clear that he thought that there was just only a Beastmaster there, and his backup was gonna come in anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised to find himself a Terrorblade instead.
Yeah, that Yules came out incredibly quickly as well. If he'd used that on himself, he might have bought himself enough time, but I don't think the brain had processed that quickly. It's a very quick jump, Yules. Working on this.
Yeah, I would have been able to use a TB because I'm way slower.
The slower reactions would have provided you life there. Yeah, I like it. Right, what's the play next here on LBZS? Your map is feeling very small. Your Beastmaster feeling pretty useless. Ursa feeling very scary. I feel like you gotta go all in on this TB somehow to keep him alive in these team fights. You get like Lotus Orbs or what?
Lotus Orb would be very good. I mean, you have the Solar Crest already, that's one thing. You also have a Manta Cell.
Well, they want to look.
I think you also need the BKB.
They want to look for a kill. They smoke up together down here. And they start moving the way of Dust. I'm not sure they're going to be able to find him though. We're also pretty close to a tower on Dust.
Yeah, that was the problem with the pick-off that they tried earlier on bottom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just tower still up. But you're certainly not going to find any kills top.
Yeah, anywhere near the Ursa is the danger zone. You need to start coming up with a very lengthy plan to bring that guy down.
I think he's last, which is unfortunate. Like in the case of a Medusa, you can definitely ignore her for quite a bit of the fight, but it's very hard to ignore an Ursa when he's munching on your support's shin bones.
Yeah. He's looking to munch more. Shylock running the way of Zhao Fu here. As, turns himself around. I think he wants to play close to this Roche pit here. Wait for that one to respawn, then make a play off of that. Keeping these lanes shoved in here at Beastmaster. Tricky to deal with. Always you can have vision of you with these Hawks. I spoke a little bit too soon. He's going to try to TP here, but here's TZY. Cancels that one out. You've expended Roar for this one as well. Irving, he ends up just dropping the Ursa. And that's going to be it. Roshan?
It's one of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Roar feels so underwhelming.
I mean,
whoever you drop out on, it's wrong.
Yeah, there's not enough damage to follow up. I mean, if you potentially make a big play in this Roche pit with Katyu, that roll, but we saw what happened last time. Beautiful save coming out from the Tusk. And there's Roshan. Ursa already nearby. Beastmaster down for another 20 seconds. They'll be able to take this one, no problem. Mask of Death.
The Terrorblade is going in for a BKB, which is double defensive item. You never like doing that. But he kind of has to versus this Underlord. It's working out great for Magma.
I mean, you're silenced, you're locked down, you're never going to be able to get your Sunder off. One of the things that does feel pretty nice on the TB against the Ursa is you can turn the fight around on him, blow him up, finish him off. But this game, it's not going to be quite that easy. There's the Aghanim Shard on the Ursa. Let's make the game a little bit harder. Why don't we?
Yeah, I think it's one of the better shards that we got going around right now.
And Warlock feels very cool.
What's Warlock do again?
Your Shadow Word is like a 400 AoE and buffs your team movement speed by 10% and slows the enemies by 10.
That's pretty ridiculous, actually.
Yeah. And the last patch...
How come I forgot about that? I guess it's just because Warlock is I think Warlock is boring.
Warlock is indeed boring. I can't deny the statement. It was very popular the first week the patch dropped. I think it's fallen off a little bit.
LBZS is flanking.
Yeah, there's Kaya. I mean, we talked about big rolls being what they need right now, but yeah, your rolls on cooldown.
I should have said getting flanked.
No.
They get out with minimal damages there, all things considered.
Yeah, but ultimate's expended. I mean... Pangolier roll being absolutely perfect on this high ground push attempt by Magma, I think is one of the core components of your defense. Now, one more tool they don't have. I don't think they turn around after they take down this tier 2 tower. In fact, yeah, committing that to Exorcism, they're going to keep walking forward here.
Very clearly, and now the Ursa just got a basher delivered as well. Farfet's got an Aeon Disc ready to assemble. He's not a target either. Then who is?
Clearing out these towers. Fortify still available. We're sitting at pretty low HP. Right into the pit there on the puck, but it doesn't matter. Exorcism wearing down. The Root's going to make it a little bit harder for Dust to get back. Sitting at half HP now. Doesn't have cheese either. Essence Ring on cooldown for another 5 seconds. Katyu finally has Rolling Thunder up. He jumps forward. He gets stunned off from the Ursa, but nothing to follow it up. Shylock ends up jumping away after popping that in Rage. Extends it a little bit by using that bunny hop, and everybody's back. Ultimate's now expended. Use that Rolling Thunder. Managed to defend the tower. They can heal this one back up with the Treant Protector, but I don't think they're going to give up this push now on Magma. They want this.
Shylock's gearing up to go back in.
Yeah, TZY. Force staff forward. He does have cheese available. If you can't blow him up, and you're not going to be able to thanks to that save. Snowball jumps forward. Shylock, he's going to end up going down here, but he will get back. Doesn't even end up going down the first time. TZY, he's dropping low. Staying on top of him with his Terrorblade slowed down thanks to that whip. Now, Sunder coming out onto Dust. And everyone now forced to disengage. I think on Ursa, you should have just let yourself drop there and re-engage in the fight. But now everything on cooldown on LBZS.
They could definitely go back in for that tower anytime they wish. There's no Metamorphosis right now either. That's a big one. but the longer you wait, the more Xiaofu is going to heal it back up.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a little while.
Didn't have to use it. I'm always surprised at how well a TD farms even when he's behind. His illusions out on the way, she's doing a lot of work, and that means he's on pace to have a Scotty in the next few minutes. And that's where the game starts actually getting harder for Magma. They're not out of the woods just yet, they need to break base.
I mean, they're in a great place to do it. 15k net worth advantage, 16k, 12k XP. Turning their eyes to this tier 2 tower. Potentially want to go for all of these now so they can take multiple racks if they manage to win a team fight inside the enemy base. Very annoying to deal with. Extra armor, the HP regeneration, Xiaofu throwing out these vines, which is even stronger in this patch. Playing very far forward. Kyu faking out these rolling thunders and jumps forward here. Doesn't have a... Takes a long way around before bouncing off any walls. In fact, goes in a complete circle here. And Shylock stands his ground, wants to continue to fight. Disarm comes off when he's in his enrage. Turns his eye to the bottom lane. Want to take multiple lanes of racks. Want to be able to take this tower here. Exism popped and no fortify available this time. They're able to blow this one up in short order. Tusk found on the back line there, but they have to commit a lot for it. Spend a lot of time doing this. Racks might just end up dropping before you're able to turn anything around. Creeps inside the base there. In the middle lane. It allows him to get through backdoor protection. Puck, he ends up almost going down. Shylock standing his ground here. Still has Aegis for another 5 seconds. They choose to Dark Rift out. As long as... Oh no! The Death Prophet! He got left in soccer practice! Dust.
Ouch.
They forgot about him.
Yeah. So that line about, if you can't remember it, it probably wasn't important, right?
That's kind of
That was
mean.
your Death Prophet. Maybe you should have remembered that. That is the left side soccer practice joke, isn't it? Just from another angle.
Yeah. Gonna look to turn this one around, jump on this puck immediately and blow him up. No getting out of that one. Nice stun, nice root. Now, looking for revenge for Death Prophet, thinking, didn't we forget something? It's killing me, I can't remember. Something inside the enemy team's base.
Probably. Well, they're so aggressive right now that they actually forgot to check the rune spot, which is in LBZS's favor, because I think this would be way worse if they would have seen that TD rune.
Alright, maybe we just wait for the next Roshan. I think that's the play. They're done leaving people behind. Now we're following safety protocols.
It's gonna give TV the chance to get up to Scotty, though. I'm not saying that that's going to change the...
He's dead.
It will change it. Yeah. I'm just talking over you there.
It doesn't. That doesn't even... No. You may continue.
No, like the TV is not going to win the game off of Scotty, but he's definitely going to be able to go toe-to-toe with the Ursa, even though the Ursa has a full item ahead of him. And not just like a medium item. Oh, big... Probably Abyssal Blade ahead.
Yeah, he needs to get there.
I do think Wishing will buy out for it.
Yeah, you gotta. I don't think you save for buyback. I don't think you win the fight without the Scotty, right?
No.
Shylock out for blood. He doesn't want to wait for him to finish the Scotty. Instead, the aggression. Secure the triangle. Maybe look for a fight around the Roche pit. Kyu, he's gone.
1 seconds.
Now looking for kills elsewhere. Very nice. Finds himself a Paladin Sword on the Ursa. Laying on to that one. Will stand his ground and fight. Death Prophet looking
no,
for
they're checking.
Oh, they found it. Rourke comes out onto the Tusk. They managed to find the kill off onto him. Can they get it before he gets snowball off? They do, but Shylock, he's pumping out damage. Tries to TP out here on the Beastmaster. Might just get it, but Atos comes out. End up taking him down. Now Wishing he needs to get out of here. I'm not sure he's going to be fast enough. This BKB will wear off eventually. When it does, there's the root right after the Manta style, and him bursted down. Not able to turn around and get that Sunder off. Xiaofu, I mean, tree going down yet again. What can you do?
There's buyback on everybody, but the fact that that the Metamorphosis with Splinter is huge.
Another foot now, trying to punish this Tusk. Beautiful snowball timing, stopping being able to get that jump out, and they lose puck as well. Buyback not available, down for 60 seconds here, and that might just be it. Caillou trying to stall, running forward, trying to clear out this creep wave. Desperate play here.
Well, at the very least, he's got the creeps.
He does have the creeps. Backdoor protection is going to keep people alive for at least another 15 seconds here. Caillou coming in clutch, knowing it is more important to drop that than the committed for a team fight here. It's not going to be enough. Yeah. The creep wave ends up. All right, managed to make it through. Actually, backdoor protection.
Try to get a boar. A boar. No, is it a hawk? Shit, it's a hawk. It's just a hawk. I thought that the Beastmaster was sending a boar to the bottom wave to try and distract the creeps out. He's just going to have to fight it.
Yeah, hey, he didn't put living armor on that one again. I'm watching you, Trina. Drops it on the melee racks though. Got you. Use that roll up, force the Ursa off, and they buy enough time for TB to be able to come back in the fight. Need another 5 seconds for the puck, and they're going to Uber out, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to get this racks first. In fact, he cancels it. They stand their ground. The roar comes out on the Ursa. They try to load a orb off, but he doesn't get it quite in time. Fakes out that overgrowth there. Dream Coil comes out. They hold everybody in place. Wishing he's got to stand his ground and fight. Ursa sitting at half HP. No one's got any damage here. Now, you're wishing you could Uber out. Wishing sitting pretty low. If you get the Sunder off onto somebody, then he'd be able to stand his ground, but still, no Metamorphosis for 28 seconds. It feels like they can't do anything here. Jumps on the backline here on the Tusk. Gets on top of Zhao Fu, but can't finish him off. Now, dropping very low on the Tusk. Caillou balls up yet again. Forces Shylock back. Axes come out. Nobody's going down! Except for the racks.
Yeah.
Someone get a kill, please.
Very clutch stuff from LBZS though, honestly. The fact that they've dragged this much time, like being able to save at least one building in mid, it's pretty good.
I find something there. It's a very bizarre team fight. But now moving back, taking the Roshan, and now looking to smoke up, but no way you get there fast enough. You're playing against an Ursa. Keep that in mind. Wait, Shylock?
Shylock's not hitting it.
He's not hitting the Roshan. He wants to catch them. He could catch these hands, though.
Here's the Scotty.
Scotty comes out. There's the roar. They might be able to get the kill off on a Tusk. Dream Coil comes out, locking everyone in place. In fact, the Tusk doesn't get anything off before it goes down. Zhao Fu dropping pretty low in the backline here. Almost finished off with the Exorcism. Dust managed to finish him off. Ursa chasing these targets down the backline. In fact, I think he's running away from the fight. He's going back in the pit. Wishing trying to hold his ground, but can't do anything. That, this Kaz here. Shylock re-engaging in the fight, but I think it's just a little bit too late. Now forced back with his Exorcism. Shylock getting back as well. It's like Tusk, the casualty here. I mean, do end up going down the train, but he buys back in the game.
They'll let this meta.
Kaz. And now he's gone. Which play doesn't end up applying, so actually survives that one. I'm not sure we can say the same for the Beastmaster. This it's pretty low. Finish off there by Kaz. Jumping on a low ground now, but right into Dust. Roll up saves him for a little bit though. Now Dust, Aeon Disc procs. Irving ends up going down after jumping up to the high ground there on the Ursa, but now stuck in place. He's not going anywhere. Slowed down by these roots. And caught on the very edge of that and finished off there by Dust. Caillou, he buys back into the game. Everybody's got to buy back. This means everything. 24k net worth advantage, 26k XP. Shylock, you just go into the pit, right? Finish this one off. Oh no, you got catapults on your racks. I think that one's just going to end up going down. Jump forward, Dream Coil, but they stand their ground, blow you up. Wishing pops the BKB. No Metamorphosis available. I'm not sure he's even...
Oh no.
Alright, he does end up getting that Sunder off. Finally, one of the first times this game. TZY, he ends up dropping. Ursa dropping pretty low on mana, going to be not nearly as effective in these teamfights if he runs out here. Caillou coming in though with the roll. He can't do anything here on Shylock. He's just locked up. Saving him for a little bit with the snowball. Tries to stand his ground. Blinks up into the high ground. Gets a kill off on Zhao Fu, who's dead without buyback now. And Shylock sitting on no HP, very little mana, continues to run forward here. Finally goes down. Has buyback available. In fact, he drops it. Now Caillou going down. No buyback available. You just died back. Dust getting chased down. This is the Scotty you were talking about. So important. Dust, he's not going anywhere. Struggling to finish him off right now. Wishing, though. And Abaddon, he's keeping him alive! Wishing he's just dead. He couldn't finish him off. Out healing the damage. That's... I'm not sure if you just call it. You've got buyback available on the... Yeah, that's it. Caillou calls it.
Wow.
What a team fight to close out that game. It looked like they almost had it. I mean, if they could just take down Ursa one more time. Scotty was done. They were starting to turn around for them, but Magma managed to take the team fight they needed at the very end of that game.
And the fact that they don't get Wishing to really do the damage that they need during the time when his Metamorphosis is actually up is very painful in the end there. Like, if they manage to get 1 or 2 heroes down with the Metamorph, then the entire fight looks different, but they just have to chase for so long with a melee TB, and he still nearly pulls it off.
There was... at the end there, that was just the saddest way of watching. He was trying to chase down that Death Prophet, but not able to take down as much damage as he's healing up. But we're going to watch some highlights of this game. What a way to end this 3-game series.
Absolutely. We're just going to watch the Shylock show for a little bit here, where I'm pretty sure he is his team's only kills. Yeah, 4. He's 4-0-0. Also, his team's only death.
Yeah.
Here, first Roche fight, they just can't lock the Ursa down. Abaddon was so crucial this game.
Yeah, these heals, keeping Dust in these fights allows him to stand his ground with the Exorcism, which, struggling so much to stand his ground, especially in the early game, right? He just could not get any more than a couple auto attacks off. No, yeah.
This is a Holy Locket Abaddon. I don't think we've looked in this. No, it isn't.
This is just one of the many times where Shylock burning people's mana down with that Diffusal Blade. Puck not able to go anywhere. It's just by... And he survive, which always feels awful on Puck. And yeah, same goes for this TB. Never able to get off these Thunder. Just one towards the end of the game. Got maybe 2 the entire game here.
Yeah, one in the landing stage and one all the way at the end.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean...
It's here.
I want to see this one again. 4 staff forward there.
Yeah.
And left behind.
And this is the real tragedy, because they're waiting to make a pickoff happen here, but the entirety of Magma is already there. It means they lose BKB Metamorphosis on Wishing, and it costs them so much at the next Rax fight. I think he tried to dodge the initial lockdown there. Just once again too fast on the fingers. Yeah. Don't push your spells too fast.
You need to slow down a little bit. You're too good at the game. Bashed up here. He does manage to get the Sunder off in this team fight. Turns it around. Tries to blow up the Underlord, but it takes so long. He just doesn't have the damage without that Metamorphosis.
But here it looks like they're going to be able to kite the Ursa, and I actually thought that they were going to go for the Death Prophet instead. But
here's the save, again with the Snowball so many times around this pit. He's so quick on that one. It's like when he's on top of him, he manages to get the Snowball off anyways. And Shylock just refusing to go down.
And then of course he has buyback.
And this, the saddest timeline here we're about to see. Dust.
It's just Abaddon.
Yeah. There's the Essence Ring, there's the Soul Siphon, there's the Abaddon dropping, so it could have been a different game. You might not have had a GG out there, but Shylock with the MVP. Very well deserved, I would say. They did set him up for it. They did set him up for it, but beautiful gameplay by him. Definitely won it for his team. Itemization, everything he did just felt perfect.
Yeah, completely agreed. And let's face it, that laning stage was, a lot of that was all him. So, very, very excited to see these guys as true contenders for the top spot here.
Well, me too, but that's not it for tonight. No, it means big things coming forward here. I have to sort out those tiebreakers, take a look over the bracket and whatnot. I'm a little bit less tired, but that's it from me. It's going to be Ricky joining Kips. Let the people know what they have to look forward to here.
Yeah, so we are going to go into Phoenix versus CDEC now, and Phoenix can solidify their position at the top of the rankings here and force everybody else into tiebreakers except themselves. If they lose here, they are going to be in the tiebreakers with the rest of them.
Yeah.
CDEC doesn't have anything to play for right now. Their ranking is established, so it's really all up to Phoenix here to push themselves to the top of the group. We're going to see if they can pull that one off or not.
Yeah, but we are going to have a short break while this interview happens between games, and gonna have to turn this stream off for just a moment while we switch to Ricky. So don't go too far, everybody. We'll be right back after a quick shutdown. Stay tuned.
没什么影响，没什么影响。DPC 是我最近打 TNT 天天在玩，我觉得很强。然后我们昨天训练也玩了大概几把，然后就昨天就拿出来，觉得好用就拿出来用呗。这种特点就是线上很好混嘛，就不太能被就是说被压死。我觉得他能混，然后就中期就切酱油嘛，这边的酱油都挺单的，又容易被切，又要买针眼啥的，就经济给他们造成一些压制嘛。 就大概这样的。反正 SA 这种英雄肯定要多吃点资源，要不然没用啊，没用，这英雄就是靠装备的呀。其他一些英雄的话，可能稍微。 反正确实都要钱，好吧？没钱确实没卵用。现在我第一把打了马尔斯，太穷了，我感觉没啥卵用啊。对。休息的话，基本上都是打单排吧。我们就是他们有的出去吃个饭、干练一下的。 没出去就基地里打单排上，就大概就是这样。休息没什么其他活动，基本上都是在基地里。好，谢谢。